Okay, the August 12th, microphone. August 12th, 2026 meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is now called to order. Our next meeting will be held on September 9th, 2026. If everybody would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is charged with conducting hearings to determine whether an alleged violation of the city code has occurred. Decisions made by this quasi-judicial board will be based on the evidence and facts presented this evening. Our meetings are conducted in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, and each case will begin with the city presenting its evidence of the alleged violation. The respondent will then present his or her case. Both parties will have an opportunity to cross-examine all witnesses. The board members may question any witness. Comments by both parties must be relevant to the case. Persons wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to do so by the chair and must address the board from the podium after giving their name and address. Upon request, copies of materials submitted by staff are available for review. Board members are reminded to obtain permission to speak from the chair, and questions of the city should be directed to the attorney for the city. At this time, I'll ask all persons who expect to give testimony tonight to stand and be sworn in by the legislative assistant, Tasha Jones. Excuse me.
Please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide the board tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Ex parte communications. At this time, I'd like to ask the board members if they've had any ex parte communications regarding any matters coming before the Code Enforcement Board this evening. If you've had verbal communications, please disclose the sum and substance of the communications, when and where the communications occurred, and with whom it occurred. If you received any written communications, please disclose the nature of the communications and provide it to the legislative assistant to be filed in the record. Starting on this end, Dave.
I've had none.
I've had none.
I've had none.
I've had none.
Rod?
It's not an ex parte communication. I know in case number 26-2363, I know Mr. Nasser Saad personally.
In light of the fact you know this person personally, will you still be able to be a fair and impartial decision maker?
Mike.
Brian, I'm telling you, this is,
It ain't me.
and, all right, so, in light of this, knowing this person, friendship with this person, can you be a fair and impartial decision maker?
Yes.
And you won't let that friendship or knowing this person influence your vote?
Yes.
All right, very well.
Yes, you won't, or yes, you will?
It won't influence my vote.
Thank you for that clarification. All right, so we're going to be, once again, we'll be taking cases out of order. I'm going to read you as they appear on your list and tell you what order they are now in. So case number 26-1536 will be our third case. 26-1826 will be case number 6.
Which one, David?
26-1826.
Second page.
Yes.
26-1980 will be our first case. 1980. Did they find it?
Yeah.
Okay. 26-2045 will be case number 2.
26-1980.
And I'll call you. Thank you. Like your enthusiasm. 26-2261 will be case number 8. 26-2381 will be case number 5. And then on unfinished business, 26-0437 will be case number 7. And 26-0734 will be case number 4. Okay? All good? All right, approval of minutes. Minutes of the regular meeting held on July 8, 2026, and the special meeting on July 22nd, 2026. Hopefully you've all had a moment to review those and if there are no edits, changes, or additions, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Hang on.
I would do a motion.
For each, okay. We'll do the regular meeting held on July 8th, 2026 first. If there's no corrections or additions or changes, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve minutes of July
8th.
8th,
Thank you.
2026.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion carries. Okay, meeting for July 22nd, 2026.
Motion to
approve.
One at a time. Somebody, go ahead.
Motion to approve the minutes for the meeting, the special meeting on July 22nd, 2026.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion carries. Thank you. On to our first hearing, 26-1980.
Case number 261980, City versus Maria Luis Ruiz, Luis Manuel Machado, and Antonio Manuel Machado for the property located at 12609 North 52nd Street. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on June 10th, 2026, in violation of City Code of Ordinance. The code section is 10-3, subsection B, for the overgrowth of grass and weeds exceeding 12 inches in height. A notice of violation with a compliance date of June 24th, 2026 was posted to the property, requested posted in City Hall on the electronic board, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. A reinspection was done on July 15th, 2026, finding the violation continued, so a notice of hearing was requested. The notice of hearing was posted to the subject property, requested posting in City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on July 31st, 2026. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 26-1980, supporting the case and asking for a finding of violation and recognition the property was in compliance as of August 4th, 2026.
We'll accept that, thank you. You said as of August 4th it was in compliance? Okay, thank you.
But-
Any other questions for the code officer? Go ahead, Bill.
But it's no longer in compliance, or it,
There is that's a different case coming.
okay, all right. And is this a situation that we discussed earlier where this is a recurring problem? Is it something that you had to deal with over and over again?
Multiple times, and that's why I want the violation on record.
Okay. So even though it's in compliance?
So right now, case number 26-1980 is in compliance.
It is currently, was in compliance as of the 4th of August, and it's
Okay.
Any other questions? Is the respondent here? Come on up, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hello.
Name and address.
The address of the house is 12609 North 52nd Street.
And your name?
My name is Maria Luis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Floor is yours.
Yeah, she posted a violation. I think twice. There was a warning first, and then there was a notice of violation, and then there was another notice of violation. I think after June, we did mow the lawn, so we complied then. But then it started growing again, and with so much rain, I can look at the grass and see it growing anyway. But right now it's in compliance, and we just remowed about 2 days ago. So we've mowed it about 3 times. I've been a bit lax on that. The house was my mother's. My mother used to live there with my brother. In the meantime, my brother died, my mother died. The case was in probate. So my brothers are out of town. They don't live here. One lives abroad, one lives in up north. So I was a bit lax, with it. But the house was not officially mine or my brother's. since the case was in probate. It's now been, I believe, closed about a month ago. So we've fixed the mowing, okay? So I know there's still some issues with the house, and we're working on it, especially with the backyard. I guess a neighbor complained because there was no other way that, the officers would know. So I'm not saying that he's wrong or he's right. He felt like he should complain, so he complained, but we were already trying to fix some things. We were trying to fix some things inside the house rather than outside first. So that's about it, as far as my house and my brother's house.
Thank you.
We'll try to be in compliance from now on. We don't want to go to court in Tampa, that's for sure. Now, there's a neighbor of mine right in front. I've known her for years. She's an older lady. She is not living at the house. I believe she's absent. I don't know if the officers could find, her address. I believe she's...
That's a separate issue. Why don't you talk to them?
That's a separate issue, but the thing is that because she's a vet, she's an old lady and all that, we decided we're taking care of our house, so we mowed her lawn. I don't know if that's right or not, because of what you guys said, we might be...
Again, you can talk to them separately about that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Any questions for the respondent? Okay, you can have a seat, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Now, we're not done, but your part's done.
Another thing that I would like to ask, sorry. I did tell Officer Bat that, we had fixed the problem. When there's a situation like that, if the problem has been fixed, do I still need to appear before you guys? I come from Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, we'll get to all that in a minute. Just have a seat. Let us get through the rest of this, and I'll explain everything to you. Okay? If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
In case number 26-1980, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 12609 North 52nd Street with the applicable code violation, section 10-3, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this court has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, if which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So, why don't you come on up to the podium? So the property has been found in violation of Code 10-3B for sanitation, grass, and weeds, but because you mowed the lawn and got it into compliance before tonight's meeting, there's no fine. However, if the lawn becomes out of compliance again, it becomes a repeat violation. Repeat violations carry higher fines, and there's less time to bring it into compliance. So the next time the grass is too high or you don't mow it, it'll be a repeat violation. As far as you coming here, you don't ever have to come here. If you want to, present your case, yes, but there's no, we're not going to drag you in here if you don't want to be here.
No, it's not that I want or don't want. Sometimes it's a bit inconvenience because of traffic, and I come from Zephyr
And as
Hills
far
and
as
the
any
lake.
other violations,
But
let me finish. As far as any other violations, as long as you bring it into compliance within the time stated on the notice, then it's no problem.
okay, as long as the officer attests to that, right? That the violation has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
complied. Okay.
And if there's another violation and you bring it into compliance, you can always call down here and tell the officer that you think it's in compliance. Could they come out and take a look at it? And they will.
Yeah, I know that she did.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So back to the repeat violation. For this particular code, if you're found to be in violation within 5 years, it's a repeat violation.
5 years?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So,
Suppose, there's nobody at the house right now. And it's me taking care of it. My brothers are away. Suppose I don't mow it in about a month or 2 months because of some reason. Suppose I get sick and I go to the hospital or something like, and I cannot take care of it. What happens then?
it will likely become a violation.
Uh-huh,
However, you can have you or somebody that represents you
uh-huh.
come in the night of the hearing and explain that you were in the hospital, whatever your circumstances are,
Okay.
and that will be taken into consideration.
Okay,
Okay? Hopefully you'll stay healthy.
thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Just chime in, if you do run into that problem, you get a notice of violation, please reach out to the code enforcement department. As you heard earlier, they try to work with people and take
did.
that into account, but
Well-
you're still gonna be kind of responsible for somehow getting that mowed, but work with the department.
I'm addressing this because my brother had now he's dead, so he won't be violating anything anymore. But, I mean, we had some issues regarding that. He was too sick to take care of things, and, well, that's it.
Well, right now you're in compliance, so,
Thank you
for the grass.
for the grass. There's still some issues, but we're working on it, okay?
Great.
Thank you.
Good luck, thank you. Next case, please, 262045.
Case number 262045, City versus PS TKH 01 LLC for the property located at 306 Springdale Place. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of section 12-921 subsection B, off-street parking and driveway. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance. This case was originated by me on June 12, 2026, when I observed a vehicle parked on the grass. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of June 15, 2026. My reinspection on June 17th showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation on that date with a compliance date of June 24th. Posted a copy at the site, and a copy was posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on July 15th showed no change, and I created a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on June 15th, June 29th, and July 9th, and July 31st.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the posting of the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows a vehicle parked on the grass. Exhibit number 3 shows a vehicle parked on the grass. Exhibit number 4 shows a vehicle parked on the grass. And exhibit number 5 shows a posting of the notice of hearing. I did speak with a representative from the property owner the other day, and he did state that he had contacted the tenants and that he's trying to get them to be better about not parking on the grass. In the last few days, it has been better, but I'd still like to monitor it for a couple more weeks just to make sure, because it's such a transient violation.
Is it currently in compliance?
The site is not in compliance at this
Not in
time.
compliance, okay. Any questions for the code officer?
The second photo, this is exhibit, the one on the screen. You saw two vehicles.
Two vehicles, right.
But the other vehicle was, stayed there or the same spot? They're parking in the same spot?
One of them tends to park in about the same spot.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's two of them. It's a very large driveway. I don't know, seems like it'd be easy enough to figure out a way to park in the driveway, but
Looks like that's a habit of parking there all the time. Looks like from the photos.
it has been in the past, but we're working, hoping that it's going to be corrected.
But it is currently in violation.
It is currently in violation.
Any other, Bill?
Yeah, so this is a situation where you've had to go out there a repeated number of times for the same violation, and then the cars, I don't know if they get moved or not, but, and you've spoken to the owner, and the owner says,
Yeah, he's.
That he's spoken to the tenants,
That I
but-
spoke with, yes, that he is.
But it's still out of compliance
Has
today?
contacted the tenants, and they're doing much better with it, but I'd still like to monitor it for another couple weeks, just for my own personal, reasons, just to make sure that it's staying
Well,
into compliance.
When did you last check it?
Today.
Oh, so and it's out
It
of
was in,
compliance?
no, it was in compliance this morning.
Oh, so I thought it was out of,
Okay, so I thought it was out
I
of,
think what he meant to say is no one was parking on the grass.
Correct. This morning, nobody was parking on the grass, but the site, I really want to continue to monitor it, just
Oh.
to make sure that they don't
okay, so.
become a
I'm
repeat
confused.
violation.
Is it in compliance or out of compliance?
Out of compliance.
Okay.
but,
So what's a transient violation, he said, so he wants to monitor it. So I think this is a case.
So what he's looking for is a violation. They got 30 days to come into compliance, and he's gonna monitor it during that 30 days.
But we should not say it's in compliance, or.
Right. It's out of compliance, and we'll give him 30 days to bring it into compliance. During that time, he's gonna monitor it.
Correct.
And you would assign the appropriate fine, should it continue past the 30 days.
Correct.
That's what he's looking for. That make sense?
sort of, but I mean, it's kind of, it's either in compliance or it's not.
It's out, right? It's out of compliance.
Right, right.
So it's,
As we speak, it's out of compliance right
so
now.
it's currently out of compliance because it's not consistent, right?
Okay.
Now, once, if we decide that it's a violation now, right? And the order is put in place, they have the 30 days, if you deem it, to sustain that. After that, we can call it affidavit of compliance, send it in, call it good.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is the respondent here? Come on up.
How are you doing? I'm the property manager.
Name and address, please.
Fred Vielhauer, business address 871 East Klosterman Road, Tarpon Springs, Florida, 34689.
Okay, so you're the property manager, not the tenant.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I'm the property manager. No, I'm not the tenant.
Understood. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, let's get this straight.
Okay.
So, the owners didn't get the notice sent to me for probably, I think the third time is probably when they told me that they got this notice. The tenants never tell you, right, if there's a violation on the door. So I think by the time the owners told me that there was a notice, it was, I think, his reinspection date. Got a hold of the tenants, told them to move their car, make sure it's not on the grass. I guess it wasn't early enough that day. So now they're in, I drove past there on my way here.
Okay.
The car is not there, it's not parked on the grass. The tenant want clarification of what grass is. So she knows what grass is. But anyway, I said, anything not paved, there's plenty of driveway. It's a huge circular driveway and a driveway up the side. So I told our tenants the least violation will be finding them $250 a day if they cannot park on the driveway. So we can install a camera out there to monitor the situation too if we need to. But again, the tenants have been aware of what the grass is, so they're just going to park on the driveway. And again, I drove by before I came here, and
Appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, it's kind of a transient thing, like you said. If it's a fence, it's a fix. It's not, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So, all
Any questions for the respondent? Thank you, sir.
right, thank you.
There's no other questions. I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I can do this one.
Thank you.
In case number 26-2045, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 306 Springdale Place. Code section 12-921 subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before, should have pulled this out.
The September 9th or October 14th.
On or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So the property has been found in violation. If it's not, if it continues to be out of violation by September 9th, a fine of $25 per day will start until it becomes back into compliance. However, now since it's been found in violation, the next time it becomes a violation, it's a repeat violation. Once it's a repeat violation, that lasts for 5 years, okay? The fines go up from there because it's a repeat. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, thank you. And just, ma'am, you're welcome to stay, but you don't have to.
I know I want to speak to that gentleman that the those trees or the colorful.
Oh, or arborist, the arborist.
Yeah.
Fair.
Joe Ferris.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. You'll have to wait then. Thank you.
Go outside to take a break, just.
That's fine. Okay, next case, 261536, please.
Case number 261536, City versus Marisol Torres. This is a continued case from the July 8th hearing for the property located at 6213 Queensway Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-768, tree removal regulations, and Section 12-763, tree removal penalty. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
You?
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by me on May 5th, 2026, at the request of City Arborist Joe Ferris in violation of the City Code of Ordinance. The code sections are 12-763 and 12-768 for the removal of 6 or 7 unknown types of oak trees on property without first obtaining the required permit or permission. On June 10th, 2026, an irreversible notice of violation. Notice of hearing was created for today's hearing and posted to the subject property. Requested posted at City Hall on the electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. Official copy of notice of violation, notice of hearing was created on June 25th, 2026, and posted to subject property requesting posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. At this time, I'll refer any questions to City Arborist Joe Ferris, who will be providing all evidence.
Thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
One second, Sheriff. I forget, this is the one, the translation?
Oh, okay.
She understands. Yeah, she understands.
Let's bring it up here. Are you saying that it's more translation needs for you to be able to translate what
To
she's
them,
saying?
yes.
Okay,
She can understand.
all right.
It's for me to translate what she's saying.
Okay,
Explain to them.
Ernie, I know they've both been sworn in, but do we need to get her sworn in
As a
as a translator, right?
Yes.
Okay, should we do that now?
Might as well, we've already
Okay.
stopped.
Okay.
Okay, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the translation you will make from English to Spanish and Spanish to English will be true and accurate?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, Joe Ferris, the certified arborist for the city of Temple Terrace. Last month, I presented this case where I stated that I was made aware of the trees having been removed at 601213 South Queensway on April 20th, 2026. Based on the aerial photos, I was able to identify 11 trees at the rear of the property. The property owner was required to submit to community development an updated boundary survey that included the topographic survey, which includes location of all trees on the property. As part of the requirements to satisfy stop workers that had been placed on the property for other work without a permit. The survey showed that of the 11 trees, there were 3 remaining in the rear yard and 1 in the front yard. The property owner stated last month when she bought the property there were 4 trees missing and that she only took out 3. When asked by the chairman how many trees were on the property at the time of closing, she said that there were 5 trees. If there are 5 trees on the property and she only removed 3, the survey indicates that there are 3 remaining in the yard. That math is not mathing. At last month's meeting, the property owner mentioned that she had an arborist reports and photos for the property that was not able to provide to us at the time, so we agreed to postpone to tonight's meeting. On July 9th, 2026, I received an email from the property owner's representative that included the photos and the arborist reports. At this time, I'd like to submit the copies of those arborist reports.
We'll accept those, thank you.
I confirmed these reports with the arborist as having provided them for the property with the date of October 8th, 2025. Each of these reports are for 3 different trees on the property. I'm accepting these reports in lieu of required permit for the removal of 3 of the 11 trees in the rear yard. The following images were provided by the property owner. These came from the MLS listing when the home was listed in May of 2025. The listing agent confirmed that these images of the backyard were taken prior to the listing, and she was not aware of the previous homeowner removing any trees between the time the home was listed and the closing with the current owner. This first image was taken in the rear yard facing the north, showing the rear of the home. I've indicated 8 of the 11 trees with black numbers next to each of those trees, representing the trees that were removed. The next image was taken from the northwest corner of the property facing the southeast corner of the property. The numbers in green represent the 3 trees that are existing according to the current survey. The black numbers match the trees that in the first image that were removed. The third image was taken from the center of the rear of the house facing the south property line. Again, the black numbers match those of the first image and the green of the existing trees. The fourth image was taken from the southeast corner of the yard, looking at the northwest corner. You can see of the 5 trees that have been removed, indicated with black numbers, and the 3 existing trees in green numbers. The last image was taken in the center of the rear yard facing the southeast corner. The 1 tree labeled in green represents one of the 3 existing trees per the current survey. The next 2 images were taken by our building inspector in April of this year after visiting the site regarding work being performed without a permit. As you can see, all the trees in the earlier images along the back of the home have been removed. The next 2 images are aerials taken from Hillsborough County Property Appraiser. I've indicated in both images the trees that match those in the previous images. Again, the black numbers represent the trees that were removed, and the green represent the trees per the current survey. The next image is the current boundary survey, which is dated April 2nd, 2026. This indicates 3 trees that remain in the rear yard as well as 1 in the front yard. The last image is a close-up of the existing trees labeled with green numbers to match the same trees with the green numbers from earlier images. If there were 12 total trees on the property and 11 of those trees 11 of those trees were in their rear yard, as shown in the images provided by the property owner. Then if 3 of the trees were removed through the use of arborist reports, and the current survey indicates that there are 4 existing trees on the property, that would leave 5 trees unaccounted for. As I stated in the beginning of my presentation, the property owner claimed that there were only 5 trees on the property, and she only removed 3. Again, the math is not mathing. So if we look at 11 trees, 3 are approved by the arborist letter. That leaves 8 unaccounted for. Those should be replaced with shade trees, and then a fine placed on those 8 trees.
Okay, so just for clarity purposes, you had mentioned 5 trees before, so are we looking at 8 trees that were taken and 3 are accounted for by the
She
arborist?
mentioned that there were 5, in last month's meeting, she mentioned that there were 5 trees on the property and she only removed 3. Okay. But based on all these photos, there's 11 in the backyard. The boundary survey indicates 1 in the front yard, so that would make 12 on the property at the time of the purchase of the home.
Okay, so you're saying there was 11 trees removed?
11 trees in the backyard.
Removed.
No.
Yes, but three of those
3 of those were taken up by the arborist letter.
are arborist letters,
So
which,
now we're looking at 8 trees that were
8
removed without the benefit of an arborist letter or,
There are 11 trees in the backyard. 3 are still
Three
standing,
still
so
there.
that leaves 8.
okay.
3 were removed via arborist letter. That leaves
So we have 5 trees that are in violation.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to
yeah,
get at.
I'm sorry, yeah,
Okay,
5 trees.
okay,
That's what I thought.
all right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So does the arborist letter recommendation, is that all, does that mean that she doesn't have to replant or?
Yeah, exactly. So arborist letter covers the removal of the tree and without having to mitigate anything.
Okay.
So that takes the place of any permit that we would issue as a city. So, and again, each one of those were for 3 different trees. So each letter refers to a different tree and a different size.
Gotcha. So what we're dealing with is 5 trees that were removed without the benefit of an arborist?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we know the sizes?
I don't. The trees were removed and there was no stumps left, no, just the photos that are here. There's no way of telling the size by those photos. And it would be a pure guess, and that's not fair. So without having seen it, without a stump to be able to determine the size at the breast height, there's no way of knowing what they were.
Go ahead, Bill.
Can you tell the type of the tree?
Most of them are oaks. They appear just by the bark to be laurel oaks. I believe the ones that are remaining look to be a live oak, again, just by the nature of the bark.
And I'm not too clear, it's prior to the purchase, which purchase, like I saw the sand, and that's when they removed a lot of those trees.
Yes, that was,
This was before they purchased.
so the images that I received were from the MSL listing. I verified from the listing agent, those were taken just before it posted on the MSL in May of 2025. She was not aware of any trees being removed prior to the listing, or after the listing, prior to the sale of the home.
So those trees were there when she bought the home?
Yes, that's what I'm.
That's what he's, that's the.
And the images where it's all clear and you see the sand, that was from our building official who was made aware of work that was being done, who went out to investigate and found that there was other work. That's since been taken care of. There were stop work orders. That's where the boundary survey came into play, where she had to submit that with the topographic. Those all have been come into compliance and after-fact permits have been issued and closed.
Go ahead.
Sorry to keep having questions, but so the 3 trees that are covered by the arborist report, we don't,
They don't even come into play anymore. They're
Yeah,
just-
that's,
Right, I understand.
yeah.
I understand, but is there any way to identify which ones those were
No,
from the
no, because the
pictures?
reports don't give a detailed location. There was no like map or boundary survey given with those reports.
So
It just
what-
has
what
the
we do
size
know
of the
is
trees.
We're talking about 5 trees.
Right, I got that.
We do know that they were laurel, we think they were laurel oaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do not know the diameter.
Would it be possible to put the picture back up so we can just have give a rough guesstimate of, because that's why I was asking which trees
I
are.
mean, I could give an estimate, but it wouldn't be fair because I didn't see that. I wasn't there to see it. And
Right.
that would, yeah,
I'm
that
just
wouldn't be
saying from
fair.
Visual perspective
I'm
from,
glad you put this up. This is what the listing agent,
Yes,
that's.
yes.
and that's why I
And
was,
this is what I received from the property owner's representative.
that's why I was trying to figure out which trees were covered, because, obviously there's.
Yeah, and again, I don't know based on the reports, I just know that 3 of those that are in the black letters that were removed, or black numbers, were one of those 3 that were by those reports.
Is there any recommendation from you to us?
The recommendation would be replanting those 5 trees and then whatever penalty
Yeah.
with shade trees, approved shade trees.
That's why I was trying to get a rough idea of how many inches of diameter we're talking about, because I think it's down in this category. It's other protected trees. It's not a live oak, it's not a grand tree.
I mean, go with the minimum.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, can we see the reports? The arborist letters? We haven't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a different one.
I just want to look at it.
Nobody ever
they were bigger
approached you
than
for, before
No.
Go to minimum, you could go,
removal or anything?
And the only reason we found out about the trees being removed was the other work that was being performed. That triggered stop work orders and then realized, say, there were trees here and they're not now.
Do we also have a time frame when you would like to have the new trees planted?
I'm
Give
good
them
with.
30 days or? 60?
Yeah, 30 to 60 days. Normally in mitigation, when we issue permits and it's required mitigation, I usually give 60 days.
Okay.
But that's partly due to the property owner getting the tree scheduled for removal and then replanting happen. So it gives them a little bit of time to get, the other trees removed and then planted.
Can I ask a quick
But I'm fine with anywhere between 30 to 60 days is a reasonable amount.
Specifics on the type of tree?
It's just
tree?
a shade tree. I do have lists that I can email.
Pot size or any of that stuff you don't?
Yeah, normally our code requires a 3-inch caliper tree, which is going to be a 45-gallon. But because we're in such strict water restrictions and so dry right now, I'm perfectly fine with them being a 15-gallon tree because it's going to take enough water just to get that established. Anything larger is going to be even more water. And just right now, with as dry as we are and the lack of rain, I'm okay with a 15-gallon.
and what's the caliper size? It would normally have a 15-gallon.
It's going to be probably an inch and a half, somewhere around there, depending on the type of tree.
Brian, you had a question?
well, it was about the water restrictions. I know that there's, for a new yard, you can water outside of those times. For new trees, I don't recall that there's anything in that ordinance from Swift Mud about new trees.
So the requirements don't change. However, Mr. Ferris has some really good methods of watering the trees that will make this very, very efficient and effective, and will abide by all the restrictions.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Arnie.
I'm just going to say, before when the time comes up, it's my understanding Ms. Torres can understand the English, but I want to make sure she understood everything that happened.
fine.
And then we may use the translation when she wants to kind of speak to the board.
If there's no other questions for the arborist, we're now to the respondents' time. Do you want to come up? Name and address, please.
Tu nombre y dirección.
6213 South Queen White Drive.
Tu nombre.
Marisol Torres.
Floor is hers.
Well, again, before we start, I want to make sure and get on the record she understands everything
Okay.
that's been said already.
So, ¿tú entendiste que todo lo que se ha dicho aquí?
Sí, menos los 5 árboles.
She said yes, she understands everything, but she doesn't agree with the 5 trees.
Nope.
The floor is hers.
Que el piso está tuyo para tú poder hablar, para nosotros hablar. So, she had already explained to me that the MLS was posted, those pictures were posted in May. She bought the house October. What happened between May and October, there was no new pictures taken. And as soon as she when she purchased the house, she had the arborist report done. So what happened between May and October, she was not living there. So we don't know whether it was the prior owners. She said, yeah, she took some trees down. She's not going to lie about it. She didn't take down no 5 trees. And since this last hearing, she done planted trees. This is after today. She done planted trees. She done added the grass. All that dirt that you seen, yes, they were going to try to apply for an artificial turf. And it ended up, I convinced them to, look, just put grass. Just put the grass back. They put all the grass back. It looks just as pretty. It's gorgeous now. And there's more, she's added trees. It might not be your type 1 trees, but she added, excuse me. Thank you. Here's my list of trees. We sent the receipt also with all the trees and the amount of grass that was purchased. I'm sorry, I had them in order and just Got a little distracted. She got mango, avocado, guava, lime, sugar apple, another mango, mamey, and we put all this new grass and had it all redone, the front and the back, to make it look. And we are with that we signed up with the water, called the water people, gave them receipts showing how much how much grass was being put out. They came and put a sign on her property, so she's following those restrictions, those rules, and everything that we've asked us to do, and everything when they came out and they said, oh, you got this, you did this. This is her first time ever buying a home here in Temple Terrace, so Temple Terrace the rules are different than in the county where she came from Hillsborough. So in Hillsborough, you don't need a fence permit. You can just change a fence and not have to apply for a permit. There's, grass, you don't have to have grass. You only need a little patch of grass, 10%, and they're good with it. She had concrete all over the place before. So it's a learning curve also, being within the city of Temple Terrace and not knowing all the rules. So I know this is a learning process for her also, and it's been very kind of stressful for her and her husband. And she's just asking for she understands, she knows she took down three trees. She knows she did that. But she didn't do the 5 trees. What happened to those 5 trees between May and October?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just for clarity,
¿Era algo más que tú quieres decir?
the trees that she mentioned, none of those are considered shade trees, correct? Right.
¿Algo más que tú quieres decir? ¿Estás segura? She don't have nothing else she wants to say.
Did you explain to her that the trees she planted are not considered?
Sí,
Yeah, I know.
she understood you.
Does she have any? Go ahead, Rod.
Yes, did you communicate with Mr. Ferris?
Yes, I sent him I'm the one who sent him all the pictures. The pictures, the arborist letters, the survey, I sent all of that to him. When we came,
You understood that all the trees that you planted.
I explained that to her also already, and he also told me that already also. But we didn't know how many more trees she's gonna have to plant, because, it looks really pretty out there, and now you gotta add some more trees those ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, ma'am. You can have a seat. Thank you.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
So the discrepancy between 5 versus 3 trees. I guess I'm having a difficult time figuring out, first, when we make a motion, we have to figure out, she gave us, basically, she gave a date, a timestamp when the pictures were taken versus when, I'm a little confused on what time the pictures that you presented were taken versus when she moved into the.
The pictures that I presented were what she sent me in the email. Those were from the MSL listing. The 2 with the backyard where it's clear and you see the soils, those were in April when our building official had been there for the other work that was being done without a permit. That's when I found out that there were trees that had been removed based on this other work that came in these stop work orders.
So is it possible that somebody did remove the trees before she actually moved?
I've yet to hear about anybody that's gone into someone's backyard and just cut down trees.
Right.
That's what it would be. And I'm just, all I have is what is presented to me to present and what those images show. There is no images of anyone that's taken any images or pictures of the trees, the backyard, between the time she closed and what we have.
But there is a discrepancy.
I can't imagine someone just walked into a backyard to cut down some trees.
But there's a time gap between the pictures that she sent you and when the code enforcement officer went out there. There's a time gap.
Yeah, because those were posted.
Somebody could have taken.
Yeah, those were posted in May, and she said she closed in October.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, let me get this started at least. Okay, let me get to the right here. Sorry, it's taking me a second here. All right, so in case number 26-1536, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 6213 South Queensway Drive. Code violations are 12-768 and 12-763. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer, Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Batt and Arborist Joe Ferris, City Arborist Joe Ferris, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Therefore, I move that a fine of $300 be imposed for each violation, of which there were five trees. I also we need to get the 5 trees replaced with shade trees. I think these five 15-gallon trees minimum, and within the next 60 days, which would be, got that out before.
October 14th.
Which one is it? October 14th, 2026.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it, but
Motion is second, any further discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just wanted a little bit of clarification. On 5 trees, you're imposing $300?
It's $1,500 total.
$1,500 total?
Yes.
That's pretty good. I just wanted to be clear on that.
Yeah, sorry.
The planting, is this also the motion including the planting and the time
Yes,
period?
5 15-gallon trees, shade trees,
60 days.
60 days.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, do we have enough evidence to show that there was a violation? I mean, I know the trees were there in April, then the following April they weren't there. But only half of that time did she actually own the house. I mean, reasonably speaking, somebody's not gonna, roam the neighborhood and cut down trees with a random chainsaw. But I don't think it's too far-fetched to think the seller of the house could have said, I can get more curb appeal if I open up my backyard by knocking down a couple of trees. I mean, likely or not, but I mean, they were only there for 6 months of and it's a year.
Well, I mean, this is not Rod Serling's night gallery.
No, but I'm saying that I don't see the evidence, is what I'm saying. I mean.
I'm sorry, if I can just, now, there was an admission of 3 trees. It's a
Right.
matter of whether it's 3, 4, or 5 trees. That's the question. So I think we have a violation. It's a matter of how many trees.
Well, the 3 trees were willing to be accepted, right? So
There
that's not.
was 8 total trees gone.
8 total trees gone, 3 were approved.
We were covered by an arborist.
An arborist letter. And, you could also make the argument that, okay, why didn't the arborist talk about the other trees?
If they weren't there when she got there, that might be why.
Well, I guess we should have asked this. Are there pictures from when you walked through? Are there photos from when you first, not just the MLS listing, but like when you closed and when you did your walkthrough, because you're buying a house, it takes time, When you walked through, did you take photos of that process?
She has the ones from the MLS, that's what she looked at. And
Okay.
she didn't take any extra pictures. Que tú no cogiste otras fotos de más.
So,
Cuando tú llegaste y tú empezaste a coger
Also
fotos y
keep in
cosas.
mind that since we don't know the diameter of the trees, we've erred on this side of caution.
So she admitted to taking down 3 trees that were in violation. So she took down a total of 6 trees. She took down the 3 trees
No,
that the arborist gave her permission to, and then the 3 trees that she wasn't allowed to?
Correct.
No, it's.
Well, or 8, depending on whose story you believe.
I thought I was up on the math here. I thought there were 11 trees total. 3 were taken down, according
Based on the
to,
photos, There's
right.
11 in the backyard.
right, and now there's 3,
There's 3 remaining.
right?
She has a letter for 3. So that leaves 5 trees unaccountable
Okay,
of those 11.
and she's saying that those 5 trees did not exist when she moved in October.
No, she's saying she admits to removing three of the 5 trees that are in question. She said she removed,
Tú quítate los tres
she removed
I
3.
think I misunderstood that, huh?
No, you're right. I mean, I didn't think about the fact that the 3 she admitted to removing was
Yeah, that's
With-
that's
with
what I
the,
thought she was saying she
Right.
removed
with
was
the
It
letter.
was
Three.
the 3 in the letters,
The 3
not
with the
3
letters.
additional.
No, it was 3 with the letters. She didn't take down no other trees.
That's what I
Those
understood
5
her to say
are-
as
I don't
well.
know where they went, but the only pictures we have is the ones from the MLS, which were posted in May. She purchased house October. The inspector came in April. So, and the report was done in October, when she purchased the house.
Was there a home inspection done?
¿Hiciste una inspección de la casa?
Normally they take photos of the yard, they put stuff in there about the trees.
I wasn't around at that time. She became my client. Cuando te hicieron la inspección de la casa.
Discrepancy in time.
Oh. Oh, look, this came from, I don't know if you were able to see this. And the, esto vino del arborista. This came from the arborist letter. This is what he gave to her. Somebody look, it's already gone. Look, he was showing this evidence here that for the sick tree.
Okay.
So, see what I'm saying? That it's already showing right here that there's a
That's
stump
one.
there, that
So can we
when the
bring-
arborist came, there was a
can we
stump
bring up the
already
other
there.
pictures again?
Sure.
So I can analyze those with this?
Mr. Chair, I'd reopen the public hearing.
Okay. Public hearing is now reopened.
It looks like we might be getting more evidence.
Can we bring up?
Does that mean the previous motion is now?
Let them finish.
I'm asking you, does that mean the previous motion is now dismissed?
Yes.
Okay.
That's been based on new evidence. And it may be the same motion.
Sure.
It's the MLS listing for,
Hey, guys, no sidebars.
Sir? Look, here goes another one.
Yeah, so, okay. That,
That's another one.
all right, you see where number 4 is at? Just to the left of that, that's that sidewalk, and there's a little bit of a round little curve there on there. I wish I had my little laser with me right now. That is the stump of this tree. This is number 4, that's number 5, that's number 6. That's a sprinkler going off and the water restriction. There's number 7. There's number 3, number 2, and number 1.
In this one?
That's this same stump that was here. So when these pictures were taken,
No.
yes, that stump exists in there. If I
No.
could zoom in.
Sweetheart, no, you don't, look. This is the gable. This is the going towards
No.
the front of the house. This is the gable.
That's in the backyard.
Yes.
Go to the next
And-
picture, please. There we go. There we go.
That's,
See to the left right there, you see the pavers that you walk up the middle of the sidewalk? That little paver patio that was there, or paver thing, so
Entre
squares?
5.
Between
To
4
the
and 5.
right of the
Entre
number
cinco
four.
y el
Right
cuatro.
of that,
Yeah.
between
there's
4
a
and 5.
stump. That's the same stump that's in the photo she's showing me right here.
And that stump
This
is
stump.
physically located under
Between
the,
4
under
and
the,
5.
It was already there when these photos
Were
were
taken.
taken for the MSL.
So,
that stump, and that stump is to the right of the number 4.
Yes, just right there, where.
Oh, yeah,
There we go.
And if we want, you can pass these around. If she wants to submit them, you can see that same stump. And you
this
see
is not the
stump.
same stump though.
Yes, this
No.
is taken.
Where's,
Okay, we're not gonna go back and forth.
I'm trying to show, when he shows the kid the picture, I'll
This
show you.
image here is taken from the back of the house. So the photographer of this has got the back, the
Okay.
house to the back of them. This one, the back of the gazebo, is the photographer is standing with the gazebo in the back, facing the back of the house. It's the exact.
Would you like,
same
ma'am, would you
stump
like to
that is
submit those into
Robert.
evidence?
Pardon me, sir?
Would you like to submit those 2 pictures into evidence?
Yes, please.
Please hand them to the council.
so,
Can I just mark where he's trying to say?
can I ask a, I don't, this
You have a question for the arborist, or who?
is Joe.
Okay, Joe, there's a question on the floor.
So, the tree stump that we were just, the picture we just looked, that's covered by one, that.
No, that's nothing, has nothing to do with anything. It's always been there.
That's been there. That, you can see it in the MLCL listings.
So why are we talking about it?
Because
She's saying.
he made an issue of it.
One of the trees that were removed by the time it went posted and she bought it. That was one of the trees she's claiming was removed. If it was removed in that period of time, if it posted in May and it was October when she left, bought it, that stump, you can see the rotting in it from it decaying already. It would be a fresher cut than what that is.
Okay, ma'am, you can have a seat, thank you. Any other questions for anyone?
Can you clarify that that picture is from the arborist? That she had, that picture is from the arborist that you guys had?
Yes, those came from the arborist. They're in the packet that I sent to him.
And Joe, you were able to identify those trees, the missing trees, in that picture from the arborist, which was taken in October.
But you didn't account for those pictures. You didn't mention anything about those stumps until I just showed them. That's 2 trees.
Because those stumps were existing in the MSLL.
So why are we being responsible for those trees that were done on the MLS?
You're not, because that was before the photos were even taken and posted online. This is prior to the posting.
So this is one of the 5 that were missing?
No, these are the 5 that are missing that I pointed out. We are gonna be here all night.
No. Ma'am, he's explained it to you. Sorry you don't understand. Please have a seat, thank you. Any other questions?
Well, I feel like there would have been an insurance inspection, or a home inspection.
Well, even the trees that she's trying to say were not hers have always been cut down. That's the point.
Yeah.
Okay? So if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Do I need to make another?
Yes, because we reopened the hearing.
Unless somebody else wants to make a motion, I can go through it again.
Go through it again.
Okay.
Because I seconded it.
All right.
The pictures you're seeing in that are, the stumps are irrelevant.
It's the real.
Right.
Reversal.
Yeah, this is one of the trees that was taken down. This picture was taken in October.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, there's the evidence that I needed. Yeah.
Fine, and then we have this, and then you
For replacements?
For the replacement. I think that will include everything.
Okay, all right. I think I got the right script to work off of this time. So, in case number 26-1536, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 6213 South Queensway Drive. Code violations are section 12-768 and 12-763. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Batt, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Therefore, I move that a fine of $300 times 5 be imposed for each violation, and there were 5 trees taken down. I further move that the respondent replace the improperly removed trees by planting 5 trees on or before October 14th, 2026.
14th, sorry.
14th, okay. And the size of the trees would be 15-gallon trees.
Shade trees. Shade trees.
Oh, 15 gallons, excuse me, 15-gallon shade trees. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine for failing to plant the replacement trees by the deadline date be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. So the property has been found in violation. There is a fine of $1,500 for the trees that were removed. You have a deadline of October 14, 2026 to replant 5 15-gallon shade trees. If the trees are not replanted by October 14, 2026, An additional fine of $25 per day will begin. Any questions?
Yes. Question is. My question is that.
Name and address, please.
Eileen Rosario, 2504 West Crest Avenue, Tampa, Florida.
Thank you.
My question is, you have to do both? You have to pay and you got to plant? Or can you just put into the tree fund?
There is a lump sum fine of $1,500 for the 5 trees that were removed, and then you have until October 14th to replant those 5 trees. If the 5 trees are not replanted, the minimum size of 15-gallon shade trees, then there is an additional fine of $25 per day.
But what I'm saying is, if she doesn't want to plant them extra 5 trees again, can we just put that into the tree fund?
No.
So regardless whether you want the trees or you don't want the trees, you gotta just put them because
Got to replace the trees, yes.
somebody said, okay, I'm gonna cut these in.
Did you find them somewhere?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, next case, under unfinished business, 26-0734.
Case number 260734, City versus Heritage M. Salamad, for the property located at 7539 Terrace River Drive. The deadline for compliance was June 12th, 2026. A fine of $1,000 lump sum and to replant a canopy tree. The daily fine amount was needed for the record for this case. The violation was Section 12-763, tree removal penalty, and Section 12-768, subsection A, subsection 1, tree unlawful removal.
Okay, so Ernie, you're looking for a daily fine?
That is correct. You never put a daily fine apparently for the replant, if they'd fail to replant the trees within the 30 days.
So all you need is a motion for the daily fine.
Yes, yes. Well, here's our problem. The deadline is passed. That's the problem here.
And it's still in violation as far as I know?
Yeah, so,
So the daily
we
fine-
need to amend the order to put in a daily fine, but, I would amend it to give them until the next, 30 days, another 30 days. I'd hate to have a retroactive fine put on, so I think just amend the order.
So amend the order to September, and then have a daily fine.
That's what the city would be asking for.
Okay. Anyone?
Is the respondent here?
Is the respondent here? Did you want to come up and say something? Okay, you're good? All right, thank you.
I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the order for case number 260734, and I would like to extend the compliance date to September 9th, 2026. And at that time, if they are still out of compliance, they'll accrue a $25 a day fine.
Hey, why don't you come on up so I can explain to you what just happened?
Does someone need to second that?
I need a second on vote, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
I'll second that.
Yeah, so motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So you've been found in violation. Do we know how many trees he has to replant? Just one?
Just one.
Just one, okay. So, you still have the fine, the $1,000 lump sum fine, and now you've got until September 9th to replant one tree. It's still 15 gallons? Yes? Okay, so a 15-gallon shade tree. If that tree is not replanted by September 9th, an additional fine of $25 per day will begin. Understood? Okay, thank you. All right, next case, back to current cases, 26-2381.
Case number 262381, City versus JR Premier Properties LLC, for the property located at 608 Courtney Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds, and Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on July 8th, 2026 for assorted debris and overgrown conditions. I left the door hanger on that date with a reinspection date of July 13th, 2026. My reinspection on July 14th showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of July 23rd, 2026. Posted a copy at the site. Copy was also posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on July 28 showed no change, so I created a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the site taken by myself on July 14th and July 31st, 2026.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the posting of the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows the overgrown conditions. Exhibit number 3 shows the debris on the property, and exhibit number 4 shows the posting of the notice of hearing. At this time, the site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling.
Okay. Any questions for the code officer? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so basically nothing's changed as far as the debris in the yard. And the house is occupied?
No, it appears to be vacant. It's been vacant ever since I first noticed it in July, early July.
Any other questions? Is the respondent here?
I haven't heard from anybody.
Okay. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Ready? Case number 26-2381. I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on property located at 608 Courtney Drive, with applicable code violations 10-3, subsection B, and 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that date, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $50 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Okay,
What
before
was
this,
it, why 50?
It seems to me there is no respondent, and nobody cares, and that's really significant with trash and overgrown weeds, summertime.
yeah, and let me remind you of the timeline. This started back on July 8th.
Yes,
We're now at August 12th, and nothing's been done.
nothing been done.
Okay.
I agree. I think it would help to the property owner to get them to move forward faster if we
Well,
bought
and,
it.
you know, it's August 12th, and we're giving them until September 9th.
That would be more than 2
So
months.
that would be more than 2 months. And personally, I'd like to see a even larger, but it's up to you guys.
I'd be okay with more on the fine. Again, it's a commercial owner at this point, whether they're looking to flip it or to rent it, whatever.
I'll remind you that whether it's a commercial owner or homestead, it doesn't matter.
I consider that too, but as David mentioned, 2 months, that's plenty of time to get the grass cut, or even to get some kind of communications with the code. According to him, nobody is caring. So $50 per day, I think it's pretty significant per day. So now the clock. They have another 30 days.
And
which
then
is
it's
our,
50 total or 50 per violation?
no, 50 total.
50 total.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case would be 261826.
26.
Case number 261826, City versus Samir Abrahani for the property located at 7507 Leon Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-861, subsection E, subsection 6, fences appearance, and Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection B, minimum housing exterior wall. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on May 28, 2026 for stained exterior walls and a damaged privacy fence. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of June 15, 2026. My reinspection on June 17 showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of July 1st. I posted a copy at the site, and a copy was posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mailed, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on July 14 showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on June 17th and July 31st, 2026.
Accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the stained wall. Exhibit number 3 shows a stained wall. Exhibit number 4 shows a stained wall and damaged privacy fence. And exhibit number 5 shows the notice of hearing posting. The site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking the ruling, and I haven't heard from anybody.
Is the respondent here? Okay. Is there any questions? Have a seat for a second. Is there any questions for the code officer? Okay, none, come on up. Name and address, please.
Yes, Samir Brahani, 7507 Leon Avenue. So I understand the city's concerns regarding the condition of the fence and the exterior of the home. Not here to dispute the violations at all. Take full responsibility to bring the property into compliance, and just need some extra time to get the job done.
Any questions for the respondent?
How long do you?
60 days. I do have a plan of compliance. It's about 60 days to the whole work done, so yeah, about 2 months.
Is that, so a question for Mr. Jack, is that okay to?
I think with the amount of work that needs to be done, I think that's sufficient. And because we are in water restrictions, one of the things that the water restrictions do allow is to affect this with pressure washing. That is allowed. So just, if you would, communicate with us so
Sure.
nobody calls and we freak out, because, yeah.
Understood, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the respondent? You can have a seat, sir, thank you. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 261826, I move the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 7507 Leon Avenue. And it's section 12-861, subsection E, subsection 6, and section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from a code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violation be corrected on or before October 14th of 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine each and every day the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, move the fine to be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. So, sir, your property has been found in violation. You have until October 14th to bring the property into compliance. If the property is not brought into compliance by October 14th, a fine of $25 per day will begin. The property, should this happen again after you bring it, hopefully you bring it into compliance, it's considered a repeat violation for the next 5 years, and the fines go up from there. Okay, thank you. Next case, please. which will be under unfinished business 26-0437.
Case number 260437, City versus Cynthia Aguilar for the property located at 209 Druid Hills Road. For the deadline for compliance was August 12th, 2026, a fine of $25 per day beginning August 13th. Violation section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs.
Is the respondent here? Come on up. Name and address, please.
Name is Cynthia Aguilar. Address is 209 Druid Hills Road. So I did an insurance claim, and it was denied. So
You say that again?
Insurance claim was denied.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Take your time.
in the process, they said to hold off to find a roofer. So I lost time. So right now I'm trying to find a roofer to address the issue.
Okay. Do you have the ability to appeal the insurance decision?
I'm working on that.
Okay. Any questions for the respondent? Go ahead.
So you're asking for a 30-day extension? Is that?
Yeah, I was asking if I can get an extension. If I can get an extension.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
The question is again for the code enforcement team. Just remind me with this case, what was it really part of the roof or the entire roof or?
I believe it was just a partial, if I'm not mistaken, that was covered by the tarp.
So that's, just to fix, if she fixed that area, that will be fine.
I'm not a roofer, so it's really going to be determined on what they say when they come out and inspect.
Maybe she could answer better.
Yeah. The questions will be for her then.
So do you think the roof, do you think the entire roof needs to be replaced or can be repaired?
Right
Or don't
now,
know?
right now it's determining that.
Okay. So right now you don't know. And how much of the roof area would you say right now is covered with a tarp? Half the roof, quarter of the roof, third of the roof?
It's probably like a quarter.
Quarter? Okay. Any other questions?
Do you think a 30-day extension is going to be enough to get it done? I know dealing with the insurance companies we've talked to, that they can take a little while.
Release quotes on, just to get a roofer out there and give you an estimate, because sometimes they can't start right away anyway, so.
Are you just trying to find a roofer? Okay. I have some ideas.
Well, let's go with 30 days and she can come back and.
Yeah, all right.
I can make a motion, case number 26-0437. I move that we give a 30-day extension to September 9th, 2026.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So you've been given an extension until September 9th. If for some reason you still haven't got the roof repaired or replaced, you'll have to come back and talk to us again. And you can ask for another extension. There are no guarantees that you'll get one, but you're welcome to ask. And in the interim, as offered by our code director, get with him, and he's got some ideas that might help you, okay? Good luck. Thank you. Okay, next case, under new business, 26-2261.
Case number 262261, City versus Yuresh P. Patel and Arpita U. Patel. This is a continued case from the July 22nd hearing for the property located at 7951 Terrace Ridge Drive. This case is before the board based on a violation of Section 22-161 subsection C, Water Shortage Declaration. This case will be prosecuted by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
I think I can take this case. This is one we're dismissing, right? This is a case carried over. This is where the lady came in, had her.
Sorry, Ernie. Name
Ernie Mueller, the city attorney. We're going to dismiss this case because she met the exemptions that were allowed by the Southwest Florida Water Management.
You need a motion to address?
Yeah, just please move to dismiss the case.
Make a motion for case number 26-2261 to dismiss.
We have a motion, we have a second? Second. Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, we have some people in the audience still. Do we want to see what cases they are, or do we want to just move?
Well, the next case, I saw him come in. It would be the last one under unfinished business.
Okay, we want to take care of that one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Case number 26500014, City versus Metro Plaza LLC for the property located at 10602 North 56th Street. Deadline for compliance was August 12th, and it was a $250 per day fine beginning August 13th. The violation was Section 8-56, subsection A, fire alarm system non-operational, and Section 8-57, subsection B, subsection 4, fire hydrant access maintenance.
Okay.
I see, it's the last case?
Last case,
Very last
under
one.
old business.
Okay.
Good evening, members of the board. Cletus Squires, Fire Inspector, City of Temple Terrace. So as of today, was my last revisit of the property, and the property remains out of compliance. And I've actually talked to the property representative who's here tonight, and the work has not been initiated for that violation as of yesterday when I spoke with him.
Okay. And the respondent is here?
I got a question.
For the Cletus?
Yeah.
Come on back up. Hey, you gotta close.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. What happens if they remain out of compliance and I know what'll happen from our perspective, but is there anything, since it's a commercial facility open to the public, are they gonna?
No, not at this time. If and the condition is in, is the sprinkler, the only violation that remains from the case. Everything was cleared out with the exception of the maintenance for the fire sprinkler system. What's required is a 5-year inspection and some maintenance work, that changing out the gauges and some heads that we know that needs to be done. So right now the system, as far as I know, is operational. It's just not working as designed. It's got deficiencies in there. And one of the coverage areas, one restaurant in particular, and plus the 5-year, like I said, they actually got to drain it and look inside the pipes. It could be something that I don't even know about, or the property owner doesn't know about until they complete that work. Okay?
Which violation?
One at a time. Sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Is there a point at where the business would be shut down or anything for?
Well, if the fire chief deems it condemnable, then we can shut it down. So I've done one this week, like for a fire or something. We haven't really ever done one, in my experience, from a deficiency like with the sprinkler system being off. Okay.
Bill?
Yeah, there's 2 violations listed. So one is fire alarm system not operational. You're saying that's been corrected, right? It's the other one, the fire hydrant access and maintenance.
It's been corrected. It was 5 total, and they're still showing up that way because it's like just the way it was listed, I guess, and that's the way she printed out the short one. So the only one remaining of the 5 was the maintenance of the fire sprinkler system.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the open violation.
That's what I thought I remembered.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
The last ones were all cleared prior to last meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
There
So
still
that-
remains, the
that's what I-
maintenance
that's why I-
issue is still
Yeah.
outstanding.
That's
Yes,
why I
sir.
was confused.
And the respondent seems to be here. Come on up. Have you been sworn in, sir?
No, I'm not sure.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Name and address.
Mohammed Yusuf, property manager of 10730 North 56th Street. So I wasn't really aware of the court hearing today actually, because when I did call the people for inspection, they came and took care of everything. When the deficient happened, they did not send me that report. And yesterday when I came in the morning, I was speaking to Officer Dallas about other problem, but then he told me that there is actually something gonna be going on tomorrow regarding this case. I did immediately call the company that did the inspection. They will be returning on the 19th. So I was hoping if I can get a time until the 19th for that to be corrected, the deficiency.
So you're saying that the fire alarm people or fire maintenance people will be out on the 19th and
Yes.
be able to correct the deficiencies at that time?
Yes, that's when they will be returning to the property, and I will immediately be calling Cletus after they're done.
Okay. You can have a seat for a second. Please. Yes, sir. Based on what you currently know, do you believe that they can get this cleared up in a day?
I believe so. I mean, unless when they come out on the 19th, they find more where they got to order a part or replace a pipe or something of that nature. But I would think it's just a standard practice for I know Summits, who he's dealing with, contractor, and they could certainly handle it probably within a matter of hours.
Okay.
Okay?
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to be on the safe side to do it in 30 days to make sure, because that's when we meet next time? I know we can give it to the 19th, but we won't know.
Well, I won't be back till 30 days.
Yeah, so-
Anyway, but he's saying he's got them coming scheduled for the 19th, right, Muhammad?
But I took your notes in case they found something.
Right.
If they have to replace it.
Well, I was saying like that they got to order a part that wasn't in the gauges and the sprinkler heads and all should all be a standard practice, but I meant without me going there and being there when they're actually doing the work. Sometime it, can be an issue that's unforeseen right now, so.
And it's not imposing any safety.
No, it is. If a sprinkler's not working and the building's designed to be sprinkled, there is a life safety issue with that, so.
Maybe give them to the 20th.
When was this first, when did the case first come from us? When were they first?
I bought the case last month.
Last month? Okay.
Yes, sir.
They were given, and the deadline is now.
At midnight, yes, sir.
Yeah. And it's still not done. And he's saying that they'll be out there on the 19th to take care of it. So. Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
In case number 26-500014, I move that we extend the deadline till September 21st, 2026, because that falls on a Monday.
September 21st or?
Sorry, August.
No.
August 24, 2026.
So you're saying August the 24th?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second that.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion carries. So you currently have until August 24th to get everything taken care of. If it's not taken care of by August 24th, a fine of $250 per day will begin the following day.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next case will be on page 3 of the agenda,
What's the case number?
26-2363.
Which one?
2363.
It'll be City versus Nasser Said.
Okay.
Case number 262363, City versus Nasir Saad, for the property located at 6215 South Queensway Drive. This case is before the board based on a violation of Section 12-768, tree removal regulations, Section 12-771, tree trimming invasive trees, and Section 12-763, tree removal penalty. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with the Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by me on July 8th, 2026, at the request of City Arborist Joe Ferris in violation of City Code of Ordinance. The code sections are 12-763 and 12-768 for the removal of six or seven unknown types of oak trees on property without first obtaining required permit or permission. On July 9th, 2026, an irreversible notice of violation notice of hearing was created for today's hearing and posted subject property requested posted at City Hall on the electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. Official copy of notice of violation notice of hearing was created on July 31st, 2026 and posted subject property requested posted at City Hall on the electronic board for 10-day requirement and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. At this time, I'll refer any questions to City Arborist Joe Ferris, who will be providing all evidence.
Any questions for the code officer?
Yeah, just one comment. I know this house is apparently right next door to the house, the other tree removal. Is there any correlation? Did they?
Coincidence.
Just a coincidence. Okay.
Tree bandit strikes again.
Just curious.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members. Joe Ferris, certified arborist for the city of Temple Terrace. I would like to take a couple of moments to refresh everyone on tree topping. This case involves topping of trees, not full removals. So we can bring up that first slide, first screen there. So this image is the definition of topping from section 12-762 of Division 8 of tree trimming and removal. Topping means the cutting back of tree branches to stubs or lateral branches that are not long enough to assume terminal roll. Section 12-771D states that topping of any tree is prohibited, period. The next image is an example of topping. This image is not of the property in question. The photo on the left shows a tree with a full canopy. The image on the right is a tree that has been topped. Topping should only occur during the process of full removal, tree removal. On January 29th, after performing a tree inspection in the Queensway neighborhood, I witnessed what looked like tree removal at 6215 South Queensway Drive. I stopped and asked the tree service if they were removing trees in the backyard. I was told that they were just trimming. I explained that what they were calling trimming is actually topping and is prohibited by the city. I then asked if the property owner hired them to remove the trees. They explained no, just trimming only. I asked if they were willing to show me what they were doing in the backyard. They did not want to take me back there, so I left a door hanger at the front door for the property owner. About 2 weeks later, the property owner reached out to me regarding the door hanger. The property owner explained that he hired the company to trim the trees. I explained to him, as I did the tree service, that what was done is topping and not trimming, and that is prohibited. The next image is from Google Street View, dated July 2022. And if you notice their canopy in the back of the house. The next image is a street view that I took by myself on July 6, 2026. And you can see the loss of the canopy from the topping of the trees. The next image was taken by myself on June 29th of 2026 from the sidewalk along South Queens Way. On the west side of the house, the trees with the black numbers are part of the total trees that have been topped. The next image was taken by myself on June 29th, 2026 from the sidewalk along South Queens Way on the east side of the house. Again, the trees with the black numbers are part of the total number of trees that have been topped. The next image was taken by myself on August 6th, 2026 from the sidewalk along East 113th Avenue, which is one street south of Queensway Drive. These trees show, again, the black numbers are part of the total number of trees that have been topped. The final image was taken by myself from the backyard at 6206 East 113th Avenue, again, one street over from Queensway, on August 6, 2026. The black numbers show that there are a total of 9 oaks and one palm tree that have been topped. The remainder of these trees need to be removed, and the property owner will be required to replant 9 shade trees without the permission of being able to enter the backyard. I'm not able to provide the diameter at breast heights. So as far as fines go, that will be up to you for a fair amount on each of the trees.
A total of 9 oaks and 1 palm.
And 1 palm.
Any questions for the code officer? Go ahead.
So these are, none of these trees, I know it's hard to tell, but were any of them live oaks, do you know?
Again, looking at the images of the bark, they appear to be more laurel oak than the live oak. And then again, the one palm tree is not required for mitigation because that's not considered a canopy tree.
Okay.
We only require mitigation when it comes to canopy trees.
So there's nine trees that need to be replaced?
Yeah, but that image, there were 9 trees that were topped and then the 1 palm tree.
Because I know that Officer Batts said that she said 6 to 7, but I guess it's...
Yeah, so originally it was hard to tell from there, and when I did speak to the owner, he had said there were 6. Okay. But as you can tell by the photo, the most recent one that I was able to get from the backyard, that there are 10 of them total.
Minus the...
minus the palm tree. It'd be the 9 that would require mitigation. But at this point, topping trees, the canopy is never going to come back, particularly on a palm tree. You'll never be in.
I noticed something that it's common in the area, that the canopy of a palm tree also...
I'm sorry, the what?
The canopy of palm tree, sometimes it falls by itself. It happened at my house. So
they can fall by themselves. If it's struck by lightning, the head will, most cases, die instantly, and then that can fall off.
I noticed that on palm trees only.
Yeah, but let me bring up that picture again.
But that's one we're not requiring to replace.
That's a pretty straight cut. That's not a natural.
Yeah, and again, I'm not looking for a fine on the palm. It's on the canopy trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the code officer?
Just one. So you're still, with the water restrictions, we're still looking at the...
Again, the same as the last one, keeping consistent, the 15-gallon, just because of the water restrictions and to get that established, it's much easier on a 15-gallon tree than the larger. So because of that.
And they do need to be shade trees, correct?
Yes, shade trees.
You want 9. He wants 9.
Yeah, the palm does not have to be replaced. I would recommend removing the palm because that will just eventually just fall over on its own. And it's
So there's 2 parts to this. It's removal of
3.
of 10 trees because they're going to die, and then replacement of 9. Okay. Any other questions? Is the respondent here?
Hello.
Hang on. Wait till you get to the mic. Name and address first, please.
Nasser Saad, 6215 South Queensway Drive.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was 6 trees. I've had 3 storms go by. I didn't clean it up.
Hand it to council.
And as you can see here, for the kids to play in the back or just walk in the back, it's very dangerous for them. And I was just cleaning up. I didn't know that I needed a permit. I asked the tree guy if he needed any permits. He said, no, we're just cleaning up in the top of the trees. So it was not safe with that being like that for anyone to walk back there, the lawn guy, kids playing in the back. So I was just cleaning up. I thought it would be good to clean up. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Those pictures were taken before. I mean, it's a lot worse than that. I wish I would have took more pictures, but it's been 3 to 4 different storms that came by, and I've never cleaned up back there, and it was very dangerous for anybody to be back there. The kids couldn't play, and the lawn guys cleaning up back there, I was always worried about them. So I was just cleaning up, thinking that it was a good thing.
Okay.
I didn't think I was doing anything wrong.
Any questions?
Did that happen after the last hurricane that we had?
No, that's been like that. It's been just sitting up there, like that. A lot of the trees have been like that for the last 3 hurricanes that came by, not just the most recent one.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Question for Ferris.
Go ahead.
That image you showed us from the front to the back, when was that taken?
That was on June 29th, or I'm sorry, the date that I was.
The one with the, you said there was a canopy and the canopy disappeared.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
That was from Property Appraiser.
Oh, that was,
From 2022.
oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, because it's the only image I can find that showed that there were some canopy at one point back there, and that was the whole point of showing that, is that you can see there was canopy at one point, and then the current one, there is no canopy.
But have you seen the property before? Do you have any evaluation?
I've never been asked out there to look at the trees or evaluate them.
For the next door neighbor, I've never seen those trees up there. Those trees have been down for a while. So I was surprised when I seen the pictures that he put up. I didn't want to say nothing, but yeah, those trees were not up for a while. I haven't seen them back there.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so you're saying that some of the trees were already, I mean,
Rotted.
this is from, like, you took it like in a couple of months ago, right?
Can you put up the pictures of
Yeah, I just-
coming from the backyard?
There's like 10, yeah, the
The
10.
one from the backyard was just recently on August 6th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are all been trimmed,
Those
but
were taken the day that I came across the tree trimmers out there on June 29th.
Yeah.
So,
Six-
like it was explained earlier, some of these take time to put together, you know, that information, and I realized I might be able to see something from 113th from the sidewalk in between the homes, which is where some of those images later came from a different date after discovered the trees were trimmed.
So I'm trying to understand
oh
what
yeah,
the
it
owner
was
said.
6. It was 6 trees. The other 2 trees and other ones was prior hurricanes before where they fell and they were trimmed.
But
So it was actually really 6 trees.
I don't get the math, because I'm seeing like, you know, there's 10 trees.
So what he's saying, if I understand right, you topped the other ones from the damage from the hurricanes. They were just topped.
Yeah, the other ones were just
So
topped.
it was still topping, and the last
Correct.
hurricane we had was Milton, which was 2 years ago. So if a couple of those were already previously topped, that shows that a canopy will not grow back on a topped tree.
So it really doesn't.
We're looking at 6 that were done recently. 2 or 3 were done a couple of years ago. This is why topping is not appropriate. They haven't come back.
So the point's still the same for us. It's still nine
They
trees.
were topped, they just weren't recently topped.
Okay.
They were topped previously.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion. Thank you, Bill.
Force me to go through this again, but that's okay. All right. Let me get the right script to work off this time. So in case number 26-2363, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 6215 South Queensway Drive. The code sections are 12-768, 12-771, and 12-763. This motion is based on the sworn testimony the board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Batt and City Arborist Joe Ferris, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Therefore, I move that a fine of $300 be imposed for each violation times, there were nine trees taken down, so that would be a total of what, $2,700. I further move that the respondent replace the improperly removed trees by planting 9 trees on or before, I think we were given, did we give them 60 days the last time? Yeah, 60, so October 14th, 2026, If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any action taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violation committed by the violator, I move that the fine for failing to plant the replacement trees by the deadline date to be $25 per day.
Point of order, if you wouldn't mind, please clarifying.
Oh, sorry.
Size and type.
Yeah, so they must, the replacement trees must be shade trees and, with, and 15-gallon pots.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion?
Yes, the only thing I heard Ferris, he says, once all these removed,
Oh.
the removal part of this. Is that correct?
Yes,
Correct me
so
if
that should be part of the motion. That's correct.
No, sorry.
If you wouldn't mind revising.
So everything removed, then
You
planting,
can just amend your motion to include removal.
Okay, I'd like to amend this motion to include the removal of
10 trees.
of
Including the palm, gotta remove the palm too.
the palm has to be removed as well? Yeah. Okay, all right, the removal of all 10, of the 10 trees that were topped.
Yeah, so it's 10 trees removed, 9 trees mitigated, 15 gallons, shade trees. Yes, sir.
The removal within the 60 days you gave?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, so now we have a clean motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So, sir, you have been found in violation. You have a lump sum violation of $2,700. And you also have a requirement to remove all 10 trees, including the palm, and then replacing 9 of those trees with 15-gallon shade trees, all by October 14, 2026. If they're not replaced by that time, a fine of $25 per day will ensue. However, you may come back to this board on that date and ask for an extension. No extension is guaranteed, but you have every right to ask.
Okay, quick question. You said for the remaining,
Come on up, state your name again.
Nasser Saad, for the remaining trees, you said I need to remove them all?
Yes, sir.
So I need to remove the whole tree, just remove all 9 of them?
All 10.
So completely remove them all?
Yeah, all 10, including the oak, the palm.
Okay.
So you're removing 10, and then you're gonna be putting back 9.
9.
And then there's a lump sum fine of $2,700. There's a requirement of putting back the 9 trees by October 14th, or a $25 a day fine will begin. And there's also a requirement to remove 10 trees by October 14, 2026, or a fine of $25 per day will begin.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, please.
Yeah, it's on page 2, 26-1717. And this is a noise violation case, which you don't get these cases much, so I'm gonna be handing out the code for noise violations.
These were handled by the cops.
What was that case number again?
1717.
1717.
I got it, thank you.
which case is that?
1717.
1717. It's on the second page.
Yeah, we don't get these much.
Case number 261717, City versus Sod Investment, Inc., for the property located at 11401 North 56th Street, Suite 22. The case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 16-7, subsection C, loud and ruckus noise, Section 16-7, subsection D, subsection 4, amplified sound. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on May 16th, 2026, in violation of two code sections. 16-7, subsection C, for the creation of loud and ruckus noise disturbing the neighboring properties, which is prohibited, and 16-7, subsection D, subsection number 4, for the placement or installation of speakers which are not oriented away from the residential properties, which is required. A notice of violation was posted to the subject property, requested posting in City Hall on the electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on June 10th, 2026, with a compliance date of June 22nd, 2026. A notice of hearing for tonight's hearing was posted to the subject property, requesting posted to City Hall on the electronic board for the required 10 days and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on July 31st, 2026. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 26-1717, supporting the case and asking for a ruling.
Thank you. We'll accept that.
Exhibit A is going to be photos taken of the notice of violation, posting on June 10th, 2026. Exhibit B is going to be photos of reinspection on July 6th, 2026, showing the speakers directed away from the building and towards the residential property. We do have a few videos in between the photo exhibits. That's why you'll find Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and Exhibit E are all photos. Exhibit C is going to be a video of the neighboring property sent by the complainant on July 6th, 2026, where you can clearly hear the creation of loud and ruckus noise creating the disturbance. Exhibit D is going to be videos at the neighboring property sent by the complainant on July 24th, 2026, where you can clearly hear the creation of loud and ruckus noise creating a disturbance. And Exhibit E is the photos of the reinspection prior to tonight's hearing on Monday, August 10th, 2026, showing speakers directed away from the property and towards the residential property.
Any questions for the...
That's the audio.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear the video, yeah.
That is directly out front the complainant's house.
Okay. And that was submitted by the complaint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead.
What is, in the noise ordinance, is there a certain hour or time?
Not based on this. So if you read the bottom portion, I don't have it in my hands. Thank you. It actually reads, loud and ruckus means any sound that, because of its volume level, duration, tone, or character, noise, jars, disturbs, injures, or endangers the comfort, repose, health, and peace, or safety of reasonable persons, or of ordinary sensibility, or which causes or tends to cause adverse psychological or effects on humans. The C section, sorry, they're both two different, that's the actual definition of it. So if you go to C, you're going to look at it, it's going to actually say there's an or. It doesn't give the time standards on the, sorry.
And also, is it on daily basis? Is it on daily basis?
Yes. It's every day. It's not, yeah, it's not, there's certain days, no certain times to these particular sections that I used.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so you're saying this is occurring still, whatever?
Random times, random dates.
And the second violation, that's for the orientation of the speakers?
Yes.
Is that what that's for?
Speakers are pointing towards the neighboring residential properties.
And you observed, I mean, you was that your video or?
No, I didn't take those. Those are actually physically sent to us from the complainant herself.
Okay. But you were there and you actually observed or,
Speakers themselves?
yeah, the speakers?
Yes, that's what the photos actually had showed.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Any other questions? Is the respondent here? Name and address, please.
Mohammed Mustafa, office address 12218 North 56th Street, Temple Terrace, Florida. Property management on behalf of SAD Investments. Do want to make a statement stating that as of today, there are no speakers out there facing the residential. One thing that the pictures didn't show is the speakers are actually facing another part of the building. So except for one speaker which was tilted sideways and so forth. What was provided to us was completely different than what the city attorney tried to provide to us today. We actually had something that was provided to us with a timing. And the timing stated that from Sunday through Thursday, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., there was no noise. And then from Friday and Saturday, from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., that there should be no noise. So all of this is new. I would have to have my counsel take a look at it and so forth, because we can interpret the drive-throughs being a nuisance and so forth. But to put the board at ease, the speaker's been removed. So if Officer Bat would have went today, she would have seen the speakers removed.
If I may, we did receive pictures sent to us just before we walked in of the speakers being removed.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Can you just say something real
Sure.
quick? Sorry. In response, the times are for plainly audible, but there is no time for loud and raucous. If you'll see that it's any time.
Yeah, my respect. You're your counsel, and I have to get counsel.
No, I
but,
get it. Yeah.
You know, the way we
Just let
can.
you know, though, the times are only for plainly audible. The loud and raucous is you can't have it at any time.
But the definition of loud and raucous, that's what probably needs clarity on at the end of the day. But, I mean, there are a lot of places around the city that are playing music, so a lot of people can argue that. But to put the board at ease, I'm not a fan of the speakers and the complaint. Me and Jack worked together, try to get things done. He sent me a couple of videos. We're on the tenants. I can't control the tenants at midnight. I can't control them at 10. If I'm not aware of it, I can't control them. But the moment he told me about it, an officer bat and so forth, we got in compliant and so forth. But you know, the curveball that was thrown at me today with the legal definition, had we known all this, we would have probably took a different action in the past and so forth.
Okay. Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I got a quick
Thank you.
question. Yeah, you said the speakers were removed, but
The speakers that are facing the residential side are removed.
what about the volume?
I'm sorry?
What about the overall volume? I mean, it's great. that the
So,
speakers are
so what I'm told, when music is played for special events, birthdays or whatever, and so forth, so that courtyard has two tenants. The tenant that the city has put in violation, which is Suite 22, they removed their portion of the speakers. The other side's not getting complaints. So that side has speakers still facing towards 56th Street, if that makes any sense.
It does. So those speakers are facing away from the residential area.
Correct.
Okay.
Right, but that was just half of the complaint, right?
Well, no, it's a different property. It has nothing to do with this complaint.
Oh, it's not the
No,
same
no.
building.
Let's be clear. It's the same property, two different suites. You got Suite 22, and then I don't know what the other suite is.
Yeah, but the site of the violation is Suite 22.
Correct.
So that's the only one we care about
Correct.
tonight.
I have questions to the officer, or maybe Jack. Yeah, the point is the when you say something in the
Loud and raucous.
Loud and raucous. How did you determine that?
So by the complaint, and I actually went over there and heard it myself. So I drove back there when the complainant, because it's right across the street here. I just hopped over there and was able to hear it. It's pretty loud. Now, if you're passing through and you don't live there, probably not a big deal. But the complainant and the other neighbors, it's pretty jarring. It's pretty loud in person. Hearing it over these speakers here doesn't really do it justice. Especially there's two more videos. One's at 9:30 at night, and it's pretty loud. It's got to be exhausting for the people that live back there.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so is moving the speakers going to satisfy both violations? Do you think, Jack?
Well, they're gone. They're not just moved, they're gone.
Okay, but hear me out. We took down a bunch of small speakers, but we have two massive speakers. The volume can still exist, which would account for section 16-7 subsection C, which is loud and raucous. Not just, I mean, it might satisfy, so by satisfying subsection D, subsection 4, do you believe that will also satisfy the loud and raucous?
The music that we heard that was causing most of the issues was coming from speakers. Now, there was complaints about, large, loud talking and whatnot over there, but really what we're focused on tonight is going to be the overall volume coming from the amplified sound. That was causing the bulk of the issues.
Right.
But, may I?
Well, what I'm asking is the reduction of speakers. Is that also going to reduce the noise? Are you confident that it will reduce noise? I know that sounds like a common sense question, but if I take 6 speakers out of my area and then I want to keep the same volume, so I turn the volume up on my remaining speakers, that's a possibility. So if what he's saying is he's took rid and got rid of those speakers that are facing the residential zone, that's fine. That handles 16-7D4. Does that also handle the other one?
Probably not. So with the knowledge that there's speakers operated by somebody else on the other side, the hope as of now is that the word will get over to the other place. They will also remove or reorient their speakers so it does not create the loud raucous noise. And also there's a 50-foot distance. That's how far you have to hear. The distance between where the music is being heard and from that patio is 154 feet. That's a long way. So that 50 foot's not very far, right? But it has to be contained. If it's going to be outside and it's going to be near residences, it needs to be contained within that area.
So then my question to you then is, will you keep the volume down?
I'm sorry?
Can you keep the volume down as well as?
So, to shed some more light to that, the two buildings see each other. They're parallel to each other, except for that one speaker that kind of goes out towards the open. So I do see or visualize the echo that extends, and I think by removing those 3 speakers, especially on that side, it will satisfy that. But the tenants are on notice. You're not allowed to play any music, period. That's the notices to the tenants as of today.
Okay.
And we made that clear, Jack and I, we sent emails and so forth. Every once in a while, you got that one employee who doesn't know the rules, and that's what happened.
All right. Any other questions?
I just want to clarify, are you asking to get legal counsel involved?
No, I'm processing what I was reading compared to what you gave me was, completely different. I'm reading the citation.
Okay.
So it kind of explained what we needed to do. But then now, when this was dropped on us, or dropped right now to my understanding, I didn't get time to process it. And I knew you were going to hand it to me, but I thought it was the same thing I was reading.
Well, it sounds like you've taken care of the issue.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Uh-uh.
I've got a question. I'm happy to make a motion, but I've never done one.
Go ahead.
How do you make a motion for, is this,
Complied, I guess.
is it in compliance?
Right now, it's not in compliance. He's saying it was, but we haven't seen it. So the motion would be that it's not in compliance, give them the 30 days, and then Jack and the team will go out there at some point and confirm whether or not it truly is in compliance. If it is, no harm done. If it's not, they have until September 9th to take care of it.
So this is an irreparable, irreversible or anything?
No.
No.
It's a regular motion.
Regular violation.
Sorry, give me a second to get back to the, okay. In case number 261717, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 11401 North 56th Street, Suite 22. The applicable code sections are sections 16-7 subsection C and 16-7 subsection D subsection 4. Motion is based on This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, videos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the recording of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So you haven't found a violation. However, you have until September 9th to bring the property into compliance. Sounds like you already have, but you have until September 9th. If the property is not brought into compliance by September 9th, a fine of $25 per day will begin. And also, now that it's been found in violation, should it be found in violation again within the next 5 years, it's considered a repeat violation. The fines for repeat violations go up significantly.
May I ask a question? One of the things I was saying to him about council, we're governed by tenant laws. We can only do what we're allowed in our power. So my question is, if Jack and Officer Bat go out there tomorrow and they don't see it in compliance, but we take legal action to send notices to the tenants and so forth, before the 9th, if I come, can we do something or no?
I'm not really sure what you're asking me. But
Meaning, I guess we'll worry about it when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
get it. We understand the predicament that you're in. Your job is to get the word out to them. And, I'm sure they'll be out there this week or early next week to take a look and see if it is in compliance. If it's not in compliance, they will explain to you what has to happen in order to come into compliance.
Okay.
You have until September 9th to bring it back into compliance. But, however, let's assume that you do bring it into compliance before September 9th, and on September 10th it happens again, it's now considered a repeat violation. And repeat violations, the fines go up significantly.
Thank you.
And that is for 5 years.
I don't think it'll happen.
Okay, I hope not. Next case, please.
This is Mr. Rana.
Yeah, which case number is that?
I didn't see him on the agenda, but he wants to.
He's not on the agenda?
No.
If you recall, he's the gentleman with the.
Tortoise.
Yeah, we know, the turtles, yeah, the turtles in the shed.
Tortoises and all that
Okay.
stuff.
Shazad Rana.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Shazad Rana, 12605 North 31st Street, Temple Terrace, Florida. Well, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, there was sort of a hurricane, sort of winds came in. I think it was the tornado or something like that. So 2 or 3 trees fell on my
Yeah, I
shed.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, they just snapped. One is in my pool, and one is over the roof on the other side.
What snapped?
Snapped.
What snapped?
Branches from.
Tree
The
branch?
tree, the whole tree snapped.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big tree. It's like oak tree. So, I mean, here we are saving trees, and I have the fallen trees over there. So I have to take care of that, and because it also shook the frame of the roof. And I am in touch with, Rebuilding Together for tomorrow or something like that. It's a new organization.
Okay.
And I'm working with a social worker, so she hasn't called me back, but I have been sending her emails. So as soon as I hear something, I will update you guys.
Okay.
I just need give me like 60 days till October 14th.
Well, you're not on the agenda, and I think we removed you because there was a pending court matter with the shed. Is that correct? That's correct, right? So the tree thing, I guess, until they go out there and take a look at it, and it sounds like you're getting it taken care of.
Yes, I am.
So just continue to work with these guys, and we don't need to make any kind of motion.
Okay, I
Not
just
this
need,
time.
I can't come next month. Can I do it October?
Well,
14th?
again, Jack will work with you. We don't need a motion or anything. Just,
Okay.
But thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so patient. Yeah.
I make a motion to thank.
Okay, so it looks like we're back to just our normal list. So we'll start with 260935.
David,
You want to take a break? All right,
because I
2
don't know
minutes.
how many cases we have.
2 minutes, starting now.
Go.
2 minutes.
I'll join you this time.
Yeah, I gotta go.
35, City versus Elizabeth A. Redmond for the property located at 112 Mission Hills Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs, Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection 8, minimum housing windows and exterior doors. Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. Section 8-102, subsection 18, subsection A, minimum housing sanitation shared area. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Mr. Chair, we're going to ask that this case be remanded back to code compliance. We are working with the property owner. They're trying to sell the property, and we're also going to be working with them to take care of some of the violations that are there. But we're going to leave the case open in the event that it doesn't go through.
Okay, so the motion should just be to remand it back to code enforcement.
I make a motion to remand case number 26-0935 back to code enforcement.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Second. Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 261476, City versus Carmen Cardamone and Richard Cardamone for the property located at 204 Temple Valley Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-860, inoperative outdoor storage equipment, and Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case originated proactively on April 28, 2026 by Officer Smith. Her inspection revealed the front yard grass and weeds were overgrown and an inoperable vehicle with an expired registration was parked or stored on the driveway of the residence. At this time, she left 2 door hangers with a reinspection date of the 2nd and 6th of May of 2026. Her inspection on May 7th, 2026 noted no change, therefore a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of May 22nd, 2026. No one was at home, so she posted a notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified in first-class mail to the owner of record. She also requested a copy be posted on the City Hall at the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by Officer Smith on May the 7th and July 21st, 2026. Exhibit 1 will show the notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit 2 will show overgrown conditions. And Exhibit 3 will show the inoperable vehicle with an expired tag. The respondent did contact her requesting a callback that she would correct the issues. The site is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance.
Very good, we'll accept all that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
Both violations were corrected and everything is good.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do.
Okay, thank you.
In case number 26-1476, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 204 Temple Valley Drive. With applicable code violations, Section 12-860 and Section 13-3, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this court has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move there'll be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
Just a point of order, I heard you say Section 13-3, it should be Section 10-3.
Section, I correct, Section 10-3.
So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Next case is 261477, City versus Stephen Andrew Segrest for the property located at 724 Argyle Place. For this case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs, Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds, Section 10-4, sanitation premises clean, Section 12-824, subsection O, subsection 2, subsection A. Streets, post street numbers, and Section 8-102, subsection 18, subsection A, minimum housing, sanitation shared area. This case will be prosecuted by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation, notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening once again, Mr. Chairman and board members. This case originated proactively on April 28, 2026 by Officer Smith. Her inspection revealed debris accumulation by the front door and yard, vines on the front walls, front yard grass and weeds overgrown, and no posting of the address in the front soffit in disrepair. She left 3 door hangers with a reinspection date of May 8th of May 2026. Her inspection on May 10th showed no change, therefore a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of May 25th. No one was at home, so she posted the notice letter at the front door, and her copies requested copies be sent certified in first-class mail to the owner of record. She also requested a copy be posted on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. This time I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violations taken by Officer Smith on May 8th, 2026.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the notice letter posting at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows debris accumulation by the front door. Exhibit number 3 shows vines on the front walls. Exhibit number 4 shows overgrown grass and weeds in the front yard. Exhibit number 5 shows front soffit in disrepair. Exhibit number 6 shows no posting of address on the structure. She spoke with the respondent on July 27th, who is currently in the hospital awaiting surgery. He stated he would work on the correction when he returns home. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance and she's seeking a ruling.
Any questions? One at a time. Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, I just was, did the person say when they were going to be out of the hospital, or what?
I didn't speak with them, so I can't comment.
That was Officer Smith that did that. Okay.
Okay, question about the minimum housing sanitation shared area. Can you explain that one to me?
That's usually the debris accumulation.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. In case number 26-1477, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 724 Argyle Place. And those violations are Section 8-102, subsection 13, sub C, Section 10-3, subsection B, subsection 10-4, 12-824, subsection O, subsection 2, subsection A, 8-102, subsection 18, subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. Further move that said violations be corrected on or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that date, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance, upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violations, and any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $100 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please, should be 261624.
Case number 261624, City versus Mirtha Morales Castaneda Alvarez, for the property located at 9873 Morris Glen Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1, permit app required. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were served.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by Officer Smith on May 12th, 2026, in violation of City Ordinance 8-28, subsection A, subsection number 1. Despite requests from Community Development since March 9th, 2026, the required permit necessary for the sewer line replacement has yet to be applied for or obtained. A notice of violation was issued with a compliance date of May 27, 2026, and posted a copy of the subject property requested posting City Hall on the electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the property record. A reinspection was performed on July 16, 2026, revealing the property to still be in violation. Officer Smith submitted a request for hearing, and a notice of hearing was posted on the subject property, requested posting City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and sent both certified and regular mail to the property on record on July 31st, 2026. At this time, I would like to advise the board that as of Officer Smith's last inspection on July 29th, 2026, the property was in compliance. In lieu of Officer Smith's absence tonight, I ask permission to submit an affidavit of compliance and evidence and a finding of violation without fines being assessed for case number 26-1624.
Very good, thank you. Any questions for the officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I do this one.
Thank you.
In case number 26-1624, I move the city has proven by a greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 9873 Morris Glen Way, applicable codes 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officers, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 261892, City versus Ellen Jackson, for the property located at 6204 Soaring Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-901, pools, duty to maintain. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on June 2nd, 2026, in violation of Code Section 12-901 for the failure of pool maintenance, visible by the pool being green and possible stagnant, indicating filtration possibly broken. A notice of violation was posted, subject property requested posting in City Hall on the electronic board, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on June 24th, 2026, with a compliance date of July 6th, 2026. A notice of hearing was posted, subject property requested posting in City Hall on the electronic board for the required 10 days, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on July 31st, 2026. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 26-1892, supporting the case and asking for a ruling.
Thank you, we'll accept that. Any questions for the officer? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so have you been in contact with the person that owns the property?
No, I've actually had no contact with the property owner. I've tried calling the phone numbers we do have on file. I've left notices, courtesies. And the last, you're on the exhibits, you're going to find photos taken for the issuance and the notice of violation on June 23rd, 2026. Exhibit B is going to be photos taken for the issuance of the notice of hearing on July 20th, 2026. And Exhibit C is photos of the most recent reinspection prior to tonight's hearing on August 10th, 2026.
Any safety concerns as far as?
There is a fence surrounding it. The photos taken are actually from the neighboring property directly behind them, who have made statements they keep throwing mosquito dunks as far as they can.
Can we go back to that last picture? That screening looks like some sort of storm screening or something?
It's actually back patio. It's that type of screening where it's almost like a shower curtain at the top.
Yeah.
And it hangs and they got the metal hooks.
Oh, okay.
Keep them.
Didn't say it was pretty.
Okay, all right. Any other questions for the code officer? Yes. Go ahead, Bill. Rod.
It's an open pool, no screen on.
There's no bird cage around it, no.
Yes, okay. So this needs immediate attention
Mhm.
because mosquitoes are dangerous.
Yeah.
Agree.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion.
Go ahead.
In case number 26-1892, I move the city as proven by a greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 6204 Soaring Avenue. The applicable code is section 12-901. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before September 9th, 2020. Oh, sorry, I skipped a section there. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $100 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, just the $100 seems a little stiff for me, but
I get chewed up by
Not
mosquitoes
when your backyard-
every single day.
Your backyard is gonna be
Well,
covered.
plus it's not, there's a fence, but there's no cage, so it's kind of a
why-
safety issue.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really, really bad. I mean, you got cobwebs growing over it and everything like that. It looks like it's been in disrepair for quite a while, maybe even over a year.
And even after trying to contact the respondent, there's been no response.
After a while, also stop smelling bad.
Well, and don't forget, I think she also, didn't you also mention that the pool pump appears to not be working?
Well, that's with the filtration.
Well, I mean, with all this rain, I know my pool gets out of whack, even with the pump running.
I have not had access to the actual pool itself. I have access through the
neighbors.
property behind them.
Can you
I
hear the
will
pump?
say, when you walk up to their front door, there's mosquitoes everywhere.
Okay.
When I'm taking photos, it's not pleasant, but I don't have access to the actual filtration system myself. By saying stagnant and possibly broken, I don't,
You don't know
I'm
that
not a
for
pool person.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
I think we need immediate action.
Okay,
I'm good with the $100.
we have a motion, we have a second. And, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, that motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262035, City versus 8727 Equity Group LLC for the property located at 8727.
We skipped.
We skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I?
One.
Okay, sorry about that.
1956.
Case number 261956, City versus Miriam L. Sandoval for the property located at 12610 North 52nd Street. This case will be before the board based on an alleged violation of section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on June 10th, 2026, in violation of City Code of Ordinance. The code section is 10-3, subsection B, for the overgrowth of grass and weeds exceeding 12 inches in height. A notice of violation with compliance date of June 24th, 2026 was posted to the property, requested posting to City Hall on the electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. A reinspection was done on July 15th, 2026, finding the violation continues, so a notice of hearing was requested. The notice of hearing was posted to the subject property, requesting posted to City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on July 31st, 2026. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 26-1956, supporting the case, ask for a finding of violation and recognition that the property is now in compliance as of August 10th, 2026.
You're good, we'll accept that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right. I'll take
Thank
care
you.
of this one. And case number 26-1956, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 12610 North 52nd Street. Code section is 10-3, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Danielle Batt. along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and a notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that no fine be imposed because the violation was brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262035, City versus 8727 Equity Group LLC, for the property located at 8727 Overlook Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on June 12, 2026 for overgrown conditions. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of June 15, 2026. My reinspection on June 17 showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of June 24th. Posted a copy at the property, and a copy was posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both regular and certified mail, to the owner of record. My reinspection on July 17th showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on June 17th, 2026. The site is in compliance, and I'd also like to submit an affidavit of compliance, and I'm seeking a finding.
We'll accept that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 26-2035, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 8727 Overlook Drive, with the applicable code violation, section 10-3, subsection B. This motion is based on this one testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move there'll be no fine imposed because the violation were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262079, City versus Slated by Sophie LLC, for the property located at 512 Carolyn Street. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3, subsection A, sanitation grass weeds, 150 linear feet. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening once again, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated proactively on June 15th, 2026 by Officer Smith. Her inspection revealed the vacant lot, grass, weeds were overgrown. She mailed a door hanger to the note's owner of record. Her inspection on 24th of June 2026 noted no change, therefore notice of violation was prepared with a compliance dated July 9th, 2026. The property is a vacant lot, so she posted a notice letter at the front property line and requested copies be sent certified in first-class mail to the owner of record, and requested a copy be posted on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violations taken by her on the 24th of June and July 21st, 2026.
We'll accept that, thank you.
The exhibit number 1 shows the notice of letter posting at the property line. Exhibit number 2 shows overgrown grass, weeds in the front yard. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance and she's seeking a ruling.
Very good, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
Yeah, just have just one out of curiosity. So you didn't contact you weren't in contact with anybody from this LLC, right?
No.
I was just curious. Slated by Sophie? I don't know. Just you know.
I wondered about that name myself. I was trying to decide if it was a hitman for hire or a funeral.
Yeah, you want to be careful, don't you, around
Or possibly a taxi.
Not slaying any grass.
Or possibly a taxi.
All right, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, I did have one, sorry. one.
You did? Okay.
But you may not have the experience with this, but is this one of those ones where we're constantly having to,
This one's changed ownership in the last, I think, 6, 7, or 8 months. There had been problems with the past with it being mowed. So I guess now that it's starting to get in farther into the rainy season, I guess we're just going to find out if there's going to be more issues with it.
it's something that ties up the code? You guys having to go out there and,
So several months ago, there was a structure kind of on that property, and that's been demolished. And it was maintained for a little while, but now it's just out of control again.
Is that the structure that the gentleman was in here for? And there was issues about some, like a slope in the back?
No, that was a
That
different.
was a different one? Okay, okay. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do this one.
Thank you.
In case number 26-2079, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the city Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 512 Carolyn Street with applicable code violation 10-3 subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before September 9, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date of this compliance upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violation committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $35 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in, okay,
just
go ahead.
curious how you picked $35?
It's just all this started also, again, I'm taking time consideration.
Yeah.
And they have not, this is a basic, just cutting and keeping
Right.
the lawn correct. I want that to be a little bit more attention to that. I would do it on a $25 per day if there was some communication, but there is nothing, no communication to the office.
I'd like to see it more than,
Oh, you wanted more? I was gonna do more. I was hoping I won't be in trouble with you guys, so I picked $10 more. That's why,
you can stick with that if you want.
just based on, we came out fresh out of a workshop.
Yeah, yeah, I would just go, if it was me, I would go for $50, but that's just,
I can amend it to $50 if everybody is good with it.
It's your motion, you,
Yes, I amend my motion to be $50 per day.
we have a,
I want some attention on this.
well, it's a chronic problem apparently,
Yes,
and it's something that's
I
gonna.
agree with you.
okay, hang on, we're not, he just amended the motion. Who seconded it?
That was me.
Okay.
I'll second the
Okay.
50.
We now have a second on the amended motion. Any further discussion? Go ahead, Bill.
No.
You were talkative before, so I'm giving you the
No,
opportunity.
I was just saying, I think this is it sounds like it's a chronic problem, and it's only gonna get worse, and that we need to up the fine, above what we consider to be a minor violation. So
Okay.
that's my.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262195, City versus Jessica D. Reddick for the property located at 10902 Cliff Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 22-161, subsection C, Water Shortage Declaration. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on June 26, 2026. At this time, the city is still in Phase 3 water shortage order for the Southwest Florida Water Management District. The property was found in violation of City Ordinance Violation 22-161 for watering outside the allowed time and date permitted and is irreversible. Per Southwest Florida Water Management, the property is only allowed to water on Tuesdays between 12:01 a.m. and 4 a.m. or 8 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was posted on property July 31st at 2026. To the subject property, requested posting in City Hall and electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. At this time, I'd like to submit evidence for case number 26-2195, supporting the case, asking for a ruling and a one-time fine of $250 be assessed.
Any questions for the code officer?
Yeah, I have one. Just to confirm, this is a first-time violation?
Yes.
Was it the wrong day, wrong time, or both?
Both.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do this one. In case number, where am I here? 26-2195, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code, Section 22-161, and Southwest Florida Management District Phase 3 water shortage order exist on the property located at 10902 Cliff Drive. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Batt, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Therefore, I move that a fine of $100 be imposed for this violation.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262292, City versus Bradley T. Settle. This is a continued case from the July 22nd hearing for the property located at 11001 Ridgedale Road. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 22-161, subsection C, water shortage declaration. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Yep.
Good evening, I'm Officer Batt with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on June 30th, 2026. At this time, the city is still in Phase 3 water shortage order per the Southwest Florida Water Management District. The property was found in violation of City Ordinance Violation 22-161 for the watering outside the allowed time and date permitted and is irreparable, irreversible. Per Southwest Florida Water Management, the property is only allowed to water on Mondays between 12:01 a.m. and 4 a.m. or 8 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. A notice of violation and notice of hearing was posted on July 8th, 2026. The subject property requesting posted in City Hall and the electronic board for the 10-day requirement and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record for the hearing on July 22nd, 2026. At the July 22nd, 2026 hearing, the property owner was given the opportunity to present evidence of resodding the property for the exemption, but even with that, it would have only allowed any day, not time aspect. So it is being presented again as the violation stands due to the time of watering occurred. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for the case 26-2292, supporting the case, asking for a ruling and a one-time fine of $250 be assessed.
We'll accept that. Thank you.
David?
You have a question? Go ahead.
Now, we continued it because he said he resodded it. But can you explain to me what actually, you said something about the watering timing.
So he's still only allowed to water between the hours of 12:01 a.m. to 4 a.m. and 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. He was watering at 5:31 a.m. outside the watering times allowed.
Okay. Even on new sod and new...
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the permit doesn't allow you to just willy-nilly water whenever you want. You still have to water within the
time. Okay.
Time, yeah.
So we did not, but why did we discontinue?
Because he said he had proof. So we gave, it's due process.
Oh, okay, all right.
The city had proof that he was.
Yeah, that's why I don't see anything changed from that.
Well, ultimately it didn't, but he was given the opportunity.
Chance to prove his case.
If I may, the respondent did send over proof of his sod, which is fine. I also did explain to him in that message that he was watering outside of the times and explained what that meant.
So he did not know about the timing, though.
He says, that's what he says.
Thank you.
So.
Okay, so we have a, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Okay.
In case number 26-2292, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code, Section 22-161 and Southwest Florida Water Management District's Phase 3 water shortage order exists on the property located at 11001 Ridgedale Road with the code violation section 22-161 subsection C. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by the city code section 1-63. Therefore, I move that the fine be $100 imposed for each violation.
Done?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 262449, City versus Mayara Cardosa, for the property located at 503 Broxburn Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3, subsection B, sanitation grass weeds. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, hopefully for the last time tonight, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. My reinspection on July 15th noted overgrown conditions. I left the door hanger with a reinspection dated July 20th. My reinspection on July 21st showed no change, so I created a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection dated July 28th. I posted the notice on the property, and a copy was posted on the electronic board at City Hall for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the owner of record. My reinspection on July 29th showed no change, so I generated a notice of hearing on that date and posted the site, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Enforcement Board meeting. This time I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on July 21st and 31st.
We'll accept that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
Exhibit number 1 shows the posting ENOV. Exhibit number 2 shows the overgrown conditions. Exhibit number 3 shows the postings of the notice of hearing. This time the site is not in compliance, and I am seeking a ruling. The I guess soon to be former resident did call me and stated that the house was being foreclosed on.
Okay. So is it vacant?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
So,
Go ahead, Bill.
yeah, just so foreclosure means that it's gonna be demolished, or what?
No. It's
being
going to be,
Oh, it can
this
be
bank is
res-
taking it back.
can be resold,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, they probably fell behind on the mortgage.
okay.
Yeah, I'll be doing some research to see if I can find out who the lender is and see if we can contact them to get it maintained.
And you said that it looks like that, it's still out of serious.
Yeah, and that was, what, 10 days ago?
Yeah.
It's even worse now.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion.
Okay?
In case number 26-2449, I move the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 503 Broxburn Avenue. That is section 22-161, subsection C. No, sorry, I was reading the wrong one. Section 10-3, subsection B.
Yeah.
This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the recording of this record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before September 9th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they're ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to see it bumped up a little higher. Just, did you have a reason why you $25? Just
Pretty standard for what we do, plus it's going into foreclosure. I mean, the last time we had a big list of foreclosures, we ended up just kind of getting rid of a lot of the fines too. That was like a year ago or so, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess there's,
It'll turn into a lien reduction process.
so that, yeah, so there's no point in,
Well, unless they,
so there's no point in a higher one or a lower
giant,
one.
giant,
well,
lien-
if they
giant
can,
lien.
if they can get a hold of the bank and they know that there's gonna be a lien put on it, you know, at $50, $75, $100 a day, that might
It might get-
motivate somebody.
You don't think the $25 would motivate them?
I don't think so.
But $50 would?
Sorry.
Hang on. Go ahead, Bud.
I agree with him, based on, no matter what you put on, we don't have anybody paying attention to it right now.
Well, unless they can find the bank and they realize that there's gonna be,
Well, that's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be easy.
Well,
And, you know.
if it was easy, we'd get you to do it.
Yeah, well. But I agree with the amount though, because from my point of view, it's not a person that's there to really, you know, do it. I mean, put that, in 30 days, I don't think anything is gonna be done, because in almost what, how long is it?
Well, here's my point. Okay, whether it's $25 or $100, if our lien does not get actuated, it doesn't matter. But if there's $100 on there and we can tell the bank or whoever the mortgage company is that there's $100 a day fine, that might motivate them.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's in the process of being foreclosed on. How long does a foreclosure take?
It can take a year.
Okay, so that means it could be sitting there accumulating this for a year. The lender's not necessarily going to do anything because they're going through the foreclosure. It's not technically
Well,
foreclosed on yet.
it's cutting the grass, I mean, you know.
I agree. I don't know Bank of America is going to send somebody out.
Well, here's my point. Whether it's $25 or $100, the $25 certainly isn't gonna get their attention. The $100 a day might.
But they can't act on it. It's not.
Sure they can, if they take it over.
If they take it over, that's the thing. But if a foreclosure can take a year, it's going to sit there. It's going to sit there with the person who got foreclosed on saying, "I don't care."
Well, personally, I'd rather see a larger fine accumulating and be able to maybe get somebody's attention than to just, you know, fold our cards and say, well, nobody's gonna do anything.
I looked at it a different angle, David, because I wanted the reasonable fine per day, and I still insist on 25, because I don't want it to be even more complex for whoever is gonna buy it, to be also facing, you know, this unlingulated, you know, so let's, I don't know, maybe 50, but 100, it's.
Well, again, it's up to you guys, and
Yeah.
who made the motion?
I did.
It's your call.
I don't know. I mean, the gravity of the violation doesn't seem to weigh it, but I mean, if it'll just get us through $50 a day, it's fine. I mean, the 6 in one hand, doesn't. I don't think it's going to.
Was it seconded?
I did second
You did, okay. So you're amending the motion?
I'll amend it to $50 a day.
Okay, so he amended it, will you?
I'll second.
Okay, we have an amended motion and a second on the amendment. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. Next and last new case.
Case number 262592, City versus Broadway Corner LLC for the property located at 10911 North 56th Street. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 22-161 subsection C, City or Water Shortage Declaration. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, I'm Officer Bat with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself on July 27th, 2026, based on an inspection done by Code Compliance Director Jack Shanks on July 24th, 2026. At this time, the city is still in Phase 3 water shortage order per the Southwest Florida Water Management District. The property was found in violation of City Ordinance Violation 22-161 for watering outside the allowed time and date permitted repeatedly and is irreparable, irreversible. Per Southwest Florida Water Management, the property is only allowed to water on Mondays between 12:01 a.m. and 4 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. The notice of violation notice hearing was posted on July 31st, 2026. The subject property requested posting City Hall and the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 26-2592, supporting the case, asking for a ruling and a one-time fine of $250 be assessed.
Thank you. We'll accept that. Any questions for the officer?
Yeah, I just, did I hear you say repeatedly, or is this going on day after day, or what?
So through the exhibits, there's going to be Exhibit A, photos of violation occurring on Friday, July 24th, 2026, at 10:58 a.m. Exhibit B's, photos of the violation occurring on Wednesday, July 29th, 2026, at 9:49 a.m. Exhibit C's, violation occurring on photos of the violation occurring on Thursday, July 30th, 2026, at 8:51 a.m. And Exhibit D is photos of the violation occurring on Friday, July 31st, 2026, at 8:43 a.m.
So I do have something to add here.
Okay.
It took us a minute to track down the property owner. When Officer Bat tracked down the property owner, he did send somebody out to turn it off. And he did turn it off. So the first day the violation was real, it was set for the wrong time, they were running with the wrong everything. Following that, the water came back on. We contacted the property owner again. They sent somebody out immediately, and it was a stuck valve. So regardless of whether they had it turned on or off, the valves were just wide open. So the first part, yes, there was absolutely a violation. After that, it was through no fault of their own. It was a mechanical failure, but they did address it as soon as they were notified within the hour.
So, can I get?
Yeah.
So you would consider this, first of all, it's a, even though there's multiple times that it is violated, it's still considered a first-time violation, and we would go with the $100 fine. Is that?
Yes, we discussed this. Once we were able to get hold of the property owner and explain what, the water's still on, he said, well, we shut it off. I said, it is definitely still running. And he, I can't remember where he was, somewhere about an hour away. He did come over right away, and they just turned the water off.
Okay. So you're good with a $100 fine?
Yes.
All right.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, since I did all the talking, I'll
Keep it going.
I'll do the violations. Okay, so in case number 26-2592, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the city Temple Terrace City Code, Section 22-161, and Southwest Florida Water Management District Phase 3 water shortage order exist on the property located at 10911 North 56th Street. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Batt, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the violation is irreparable and irreversible as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Therefore, I move that a fine of $100 be imposed for this violation.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. That completes our new business. On to unfinished.
Case number 252128, City versus Motaz Marzok, for the property located at 7545 Terrace Ridge Drive. The deadline for compliance was October 8th, 2025. A $50 fine per day beginning October 9th, 2025. Violation Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Section 8-102, subsection 22, minimum housing maintenance of structure. In 12-924, parking inoperative vehicles. Affidavit of compliance was received August 4th, 2026 by Code Officer Danielle Batt. What? Oh, did I say? Okay, so correction on the address, it was 7545 Terrace River Drive. Thank you. Next case, case number 260607, City versus Miguel Sanchez Verdecia, for the property located at 7505 South Sanibel Circle. The deadline for compliance is August 12th, fine of $25 per day beginning August 13th, 2026. Violation Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Affidavit of compliance was received July 13th, 2026 by Code Officer Doug Allen. Next case, 260755, City versus Sunrays Corporation for the property located at 9228 North 56th Street. A fine of $500 lump sum and to replant 4 crepe myrtle trees. The violation section 12-763, tree removal penalty, and section 12-768, subsection A, subsection 1, tree removal or tree unlawful removal. Affidavit of compliance was received April 6th, 2026 by Code Officer Lori Smith. I think that should be August 6th, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Next case, 260804, City versus Joseph V. Mills for the property located at 6713 Jennifer Drive. The deadline for compliance was August 12th, fine of $75 per day beginning August 13th. Violation section 12-861, subsection E, subsection 8. Fences and walls, section 8-102, subsection 22. Minimum housing, maintenance of structure. Section 1-80, section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Any update? No update? Okay. Case number 260833, City versus NYC House Capital LLC for the property located at 7503 South Sanibel Circle. Deadline for compliance is August 12th. A fine of $25 per day beginning August 13. Violation section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Next case.
What was the, so it's out of.
Deadline's tonight.
Deadline's tonight, so.
Yes, I'm sorry, August 13th.
Okay, so it's not, it hasn't been, it hasn't been brought into compliance. Okay, gotcha.
Right, no update? Okay. Case number 261110, City versus Miguel Angel Pachicho for the property located at 10313 North 53rd Street. The deadline for compliance was August 12th, 2026, a fine of $25 per day beginning August 13th. Violation section 12-860, inoperative outdoor storage equipment. Next case, 260143, City versus Lee Chung and Hai Chun Sun for the property located at 9226 Kings Ridge Drive. The deadline for compliance was August 12th, 2026. A fine of $25 per day beginning August 13th, 2026. Violation section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Next case, 261498, City versus River Chase Property Holdings LLC for the property located at 6900 Aruba Avenue. Deadline for compliance was August 12th, 2026. A fine of $25 per day beginning August 13th. Violation section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. That was the last case.
Fantastic, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other board action?
Can I suggest something?
Wait till new business.
Oh,
Okay. Liens report. Okay, new business, Rod.
yes. I just wanted to mention, this is just to see if everybody knows it. Since we had a workshop today, I would have just loved that whoever set the agenda to have, I'm not saying, some cases are very quick ones, but there is some cases, and I don't want to go another month for the other cases. It just, you could have spread out those cases, not to have a heavy agenda with a workshop. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Complaining that you've been here too late?
No, that's not, I can stay
long.
longer. If you can stay longer, I can stay longer.
Too long since we.
But I'm saying, it's kind of like to be logical for everybody. I'm fair for
Let me
everybody.
address that.
Yeah.
Our code officers don't necessarily, the respondents are due process. So the cases themselves dictate whether or not they get on here. By delaying it another month, we're not doing the citizens of Temple Terrace or the respondent any good. So the cases themselves dictate how many cases we end up having to see. It's not like city council where they can take an item and push it to the next meeting because it's a a proposed motion to do something else. Our cases are dictated by the number of violations. And the violators are due process, which means expedient, if they were in court, they would expect an expedient court date. Same thing here.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, just let me finish.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say that. I'm not talking about the ones with due process. Some of them are in compliance. They could have been, like, put to our next meeting.
No, because we still have to let them know.
Yeah, well, they will know they're in compliance once they submitted, but that could have waited another.
I disagree.
That's
fine.
You,
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I know in the past, and not with Director Shanks in place, but I know in the past, I had some discussions and the code officers and I think the director also said that, hey, we're only gonna give you, 6 this month because, because of the amount of time that each one's gonna take and so forth. So there is some, I know they've said that in the past to me anyway, that they can sort of pace us out, but I don't know.
So this isn't going to be typical, right? We don't typically have this many cases. However, this time we did. We had a couple busy months and summertime and grass and everything, and they're starting to pile up. We owe it as a team here to get these cases in front of you, and we owe it to the neighbors to get these things knocked out as quickly as possible. That's why these were compiled tonight. Now going forward, hopefully with the new citation program, a lot of these would have been cut off. We would have dealt with them differently. So you won't be seeing this going forward, and I won't, like a better words, I won't kick things down the road a little bit. Now, sometimes there are some that we can work with them a little bit longer, if we can, if that's going to make something succeed. But if there's no sense in working with somebody that's kind of a dead end, we're going to bring it in front of you, and we've got to get them knocked out.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I understand.
Fair enough.
Trust me, I got an hour drive home.
Well, it's not usually that we have workshop. We did not have a workshop for a while, but I would have just seen some consideration. And I'm not saying about the mosquito one. I wanted it today. There's certain cases when I haven't visited the sites or something, but there's some like 2 trees and 2 those.
Okay. But I disagree I think we have to take them as they come, but that's just me. One other thing before we adjourn, I do want to thank Tasha. This little list you make is like invaluable. I mean, especially when we're bouncing around. We could not have done it without this simple little list, so thank you for that. Thank you all, to everybody else for putting up with a long night. I appreciate it. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you again.